Welcome to Big Rascals, where we may be grown-ups, but we will never stop being rascals. We are a boys' book club, not just for the boys, but all those who enjoy reading, writing, comedy, and entertainment. Our purpose is to have fun discovering new worlds, making friends, and finding a cure for dyslexia. Yeah, still looking for that cure. How are we doing today, guys?
You bet. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is take number 2.
Yeah, we are feeling very energized. Our first take was in slow-mo, so now we are just speeding things up.
Yep. User error. I accidentally put the camera in slow-mo. But luckily it shut off after like 3 minutes.
Well, as my 3-year-old says anytime he makes a mistake, it happens.
Yeah, that's a good. Wait, who says that? Oh, that's
Forrest Gump.
No.
Forrest Gump.
That's from Angels in the Outfield. Hey, it happens.
No,
He
hey.
says it could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It could happen.
It could happen. That's right.
You gotta believe it could happen
Great movie,
because it's
by
a
the
little
Yeah.
boy talking about adoption.
way. I know. It's so sad.
But anyway, to our lovely viewers, welcome to our episode about the Odyssey. But before we get into that, we will have a top 5, which topic was brought to us by Jeff.
By me.
And then we will have a hot take, which hopefully makes us so mad by Greg.
Bring it on.
And
got
then
it.
we will dive into the book. So how about you tell us what our top 5 is, Jeff?
Alrighty, folks, you're gonna love this top 5. You got top 5 ancient mythological deities.
Okay, I see what's happening here.
Just for $5.99, you could buy 5
I
deities.
see what you're doing, Jeff. Okay, fine. I'll stop.
That was great, Derek. I figured it.
I try to shine. Like, you're giving me the opportunity to do the intro. I try to make an impression. I try to do a good job. And this is all you do.
Derek, it's mimicry by love.
Oh, so
I
you're saying...
appreciate it. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
What is it? What's the word? Like, flattery is the most sincerest form of love or something? That's not the...
Mimicry is the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe we should do it on our second take always, because it seems like we hit our stride.
Yeah, this seems a lot better than our awkward...
Takes a little to warm
A little
up.
practice does help,
But-
for sure. Yeah.
All right, give us our top 5.
Okay,
Jeff.
top 5 mythological deities, not demigods, not like fictional beings from Brandon Sanderson's Universal Worlds, but
From, like,
actual-
history.
From history,
From actual ancient pantheons.
from cultures, from ancient cultures. Yep.
Yep, you're going to know a lot more about this than me. So,
Yep.
You nailed it in the first take. You nailed it in the second take. Great job.
that was for our viewers.
Yeah, you knew that line had to be in there.
I'm trying to preface my bad list, okay?
Don't worry, my list is probably a little basic.
Yeah.
It's all good. This will be fun to see what you guys what you guys have explored in your
Well, how about we
mythology
get
journeys.
yours out of the way,
Yeah.
since yours is probably the
Yeah.
most in-depth.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just watch. He's going to name 5 we've never heard of.
Yeah, he's gonna do the right leg of Exodia, the forbidden one, the left leg of Exodia, the forbidden one, the
Can we
right
say
arm.
Exodia?
Exodia.
No, Exodia is not real.
Though
deity.
Or what about
Slifer, the sky
Yeah,
dragon.
Egyptian god cards.
Well, you can do Ra. Ra
Ra
was an
kinda
actual
works.
god in Egyptian mythology.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's not as cool as Slifer, the Sky Dragon.
Ra was just a cheat card for sure.
Oh, absolutely busted. Has like
Merrick
11 special
every single
abilities.
you didn't play him right.
All right. Let's go. We're getting way up. Go, Jeff, go.
My turn. Okay. Yeah. So again, I said this before. It's not going to be in particular order for me because I like too many things and favorite things at different times. So
So you're borderline polytheistic.
it's just going to be all like these are all just in a big pile, and I pick from the pile when I want to. Like, ooh, I like this. All right.
So these are just the ones you like today.
These are the ones I've piled up in my brain today. Yeah. So first things first, I'm going to go with ancient Mayan Aztecan mythology, Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. Just, the basically the dragon of ancient Mayan mythology.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
or it,
Heard of him.
whatever.
Yeah, I believe he's given the male kind of gender in his mythology. But I love him especially because I've always loved Mayan mythology, and the story of Mayan mythology is fascinating because of how closely or how many analogies it has to Christianity. Even Kukulkan himself is described as a Christ-like figure, and this is by secular Mayan anthropologists. When they talk about mythology, they just can't help but make analogies to Christ in his appearance and even how he acts. Basically, the mythology is he came to the Mayan people in a time of dire need and taught them the ways to be good, to be better. And this is believed primarily talked about in the Popol Vuh. And then, of course, the Mayan people, as they strayed from his ways, and this is crazy because they admit that they strayed from the ways of Kukulkan and they began to fall into a wickedness, and then they fell into destruction. So fascinating history and just amazing connection to kind of modern world kind of stories. But I love it.
Cool.
And number 2, I'm going to go with just a little further north with the Hopi mythology, the Kachinas. This was like something I heard when I was younger, and it just blew my mind, kind of the story behind the Kachinas. Specifically, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it right, Iototo, something like that.
I have no way to correct you.
He was the
And
chief
you're the
of Kachina.
archaeologist, so you're the most well qualified.
I am not a linguist
at this
but,
table.
yeah. But fascinating history with the Kachinas, and you'll love this, Greg, because it's almost an alien kind of story, a story like of aliens, but alien visitation. Of course, ancient aliens would probably eat this up, but fascinating history. The Hopi people, the ancient Puebloan people, they were in a time of dire need, dire crisis. There was a great drought, and they were struggling to survive. They're struggling to plant, and this is when some just these beings show up or appear from heaven, and they're these strange dressed beings, almost alien-like. I mean, you look at Kachina dolls. I got a book right here. I always got a book. But, I mean, they just have these...
So they're like the Watchers?
Really weird appearances with elaborate masks, feathers, and headdresses. And they they brought the Hopi and the ancestral Pueblo, and they brought them prosperity. Basically, they helped them figure out how to plant their corn to be more water efficient and to be able to survive in the desert, and became just this really intricate mythology, and it's just so tied to their culture even today. But such a cool story, and just makes your kind of mind wonder, where did this come from? What connection to the real world is this? Were these some spirits? Were they aliens? What was it? Kind of fascinating to think about. And then moving on to number 3, this is somewhat of a duo, but primarily the first one, Kronos and Rhea, the titans of ancient Greece.
Hey! What?
Wait,
They're a titan.
Titan's not God.
Can you count them?
They are gods, yes. Kronos, he was the son of, well, one, he birthed the gods, so he's definitely a type of god. Titan god, I guess.
All right.
But
I'll give you that
damn,
one.
I'm gonna have to
because you have Gaia, and I can't remember I'm blanking on the name of the sky god. So, I mean, this might get a little graphic, but basically the sky god, and this, I mean, Kronos, he's kind of pictured as an evil god because of what he did to Zeus and his siblings. But I mean, it's ancient Greece. They all kind of have their own problems and flaws. But
Oh yeah, they do a lot of weird stuff.
yeah. So Gaia, the earth god, and the sky god, when they went to mate, the sky god basically held on to Gaia so tightly that his parts and her parts weren't separating, and he basically had all of his children inside of her. And Kronos was the last one, and he was sick and tired of being stuck in his mother's womb, and so he basically forced his father out of his mother. And I mean, the Titan story is really just so bizarre because it's so contrasting to the Greek gods in feeling. I mean, they just seem so. It just seems so raw and like intense. Like this had to be just the chaotic times
Monstrous
of the world.
almost.
Yeah, yeah, very monstrous. And then Kronos proceeded with his wife and probably pretty much sister Rhea, basically proceeded to then have the gods. But it was prophesied that one, and this, and again, how the earth or the sky got separated from the earth, basically, is what Kronos did. And then when he had all of his children, he proceeded to eat all of his children, and they were just sitting in his tummy. And it wasn't until Zeus that Rhea hid Zeus and fed Kronos a rock, and thinking he ate his final son, who was supposed to kill him or usurp him. I guess he couldn't really be killed. And then, of course, that's when Zeus is raised to then save his siblings from Kronos. But yeah, just so intense, just seems so chaotic and destructive, just this time of turmoil. I mean, I think a great description from the Greeks of the beginning times of, like, you think of the universe forming the planets, right? And how destructive that would seem to somebody maybe like almost visioning this kind of. That's how I picture the story in general. But yeah, Kronos is pretty fascinating.
So what you're saying is you're a big fan of the Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang. Oh yeah, I do find it interesting for sure. Number 4, we're going to go with, this might seem a little cheesy and pretty basic, but Loki. I think he's been cool in the Marvel movies, but they also kind of overuse him. And they kind of forget that he killed a lot of people, and they try and make him a hero. And it's like,
hey, he watched a video in his series that just changed him right then and there. They speed track that character growth,
and they forget everything else.
Yeah, don't be dissing that character growth that he had for like 30 seconds.
God, so it's like, it's understandable that he killed a lot of people, but gods tend to do that, I guess. But I love the mythology around him, that he's basically the bringer of the end of the world. Like it's his children that are at the precipice of bringing Ragnarok. You have Fenrir, who is one of Loki's children, who's chained, and Fenrir is so destructive that basically, if he's let loose, the end times will come. But everything that will lead up to that is everything that Loki will do. So just, I mean, talk about a title, right? The trickster god, but you're basically the harbinger of the apocalypse. So,
but also in Norse mythology, he sometimes helps the gods as well, usually for his own benefits. But it's strange how his alliances just go this way and that, because he's such a mischievous character throughout Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Low key, pretty cool.
Low key, pretty cool. I also do like the tie to kind of American mythology, where the coyote is the trickster spirit. And I do think there are a lot of similarities between them, where they have a lot of kind of overlapping stories with them that seem to overlap. And then finally, number 5 is going to be Dagda, who is the leader of and this is just such a cool name. I wish I could use this myself and not feel like I'm just copying, but the Tuatha De Danann.
Oh, yes!
From Celtic mythology.
Yeah.
I mean, such a cool name. All right, you guys got to say it with me.
Tuatha De Danann. I always said it Tuatha De Danann. because that's where Tolkien inspired his elves from, was the
Yeah.
Tuatha De Danann, or Danann.
Danann.
Yeah.
Tuatha De Danann.
Cool.
All right, Greg, you got to say it now.
Tuatha De Danann.
What a bunch of copiers just saying it with me.
What a trendsetter you are, Jeff.
I mean, I love a lot of the Celtic mythology because of the tie to like fairies and other worlds, just alternate dimensions. I love doorways to another world stories, just like Chronicles of Narnia, where you just have a character who happens to pass through a grove of trees in the wrong spot, and they end up in the fairy world and are lost, trying to escape. And it's just this chaotic system too. The Celts were very tied to nature and believed in there wasn't much order. There was a lot of chaos, and it was kind of finding balance through like accessing nature. And kind of utilizing it. So just really fascinating. Dagda was a god of fertility, life, death, magic, and druidity. He had a club that one end could kill you and the other end could resurrect. So quite the weapon.
Yeah.
Kill and then resurrect and kill again, and resurrect.
Wow. Dang, sounds like he could have some fun with that.
Yeah, probably did. Knowing the Celts, they had some wild stories.
Sweet.
That's my 5.
Cool. Feel like I'm in school.
Falling asleep.
No.
I will go on.
Yeah.
I digress.
You did your research on this one, Jeff. Good job.
Thanks.
Well, I'll go.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
like, I can go, you can go. It's fine.
All right. So, my number 5, I picked Gozer from Ghostbusters.
What?
Goes.
I guess he was what was he, a Sumerian or
No,
Assyrian?
he's made up. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I was
Honorable
going to pick
mention.
Gozer and Zool. Those were, and then I looked at them and they were made up. So I'm like,
I thought they were
crap.
like based on Assyrian.
Is it Ghostbusters? They're supposed to be like a Sumerian god of
I
destruction
think it was a
or
Sumerian
something.
god of destruction. Yeah.
Is it real?
I
Are
don't
they
know.
real? Are
Probably
they?
not.
I guess. I mean, are they from history? I mean, okay.
I haven't done the research for that one because I didn't think about Gozer.
All right. So my honorable mention, I'm going to pick the son of the morning, Lucifer. Just kidding. I don't have any honorable mentions. I guess I do.
Goodness.
My honorable mention is Apollo, just because he's the sun god. They named the Apollo missions
With
after him.
Chariot.
Wait, Apollo was the sun god? I thought Helios was the sun god.
Apollo was the
Roman.
He was the one who ferried the sun across the sky. Yeah,
Was he the Roman version of Helios?
probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
mind.
I think he's Roman.
Because I was like, we're gonna have an awkward time when we get into the book when they talk about Helios.
Yeah.
Okay, Helios is the literal Titan personification of the sun who drives. Apollo is the god of music, prophecy, and healing. But I believe he was supposed to be the farrier of the sun. He had his chariot and
I saw
basically
something
pulled
with
it
the
across
sun,
the
but-
sky.
All
You'll
sissy
redact that,
Yeah.
or
Apollo's just in my honorable mention. Anyway.
Yeah, it said he's widely recognized as the sun god, though he's not originally he's not the literal sun, but sun god in that he controls it, ferries it across the sky. So I think Helios is it's kind of like how Gaia is the earth, but like there are gods of the earth. So Helios would probably be more the god who is the sun.
oh, okay.
And Apollo, he just
Apollo
he ferries it,
the
controls
sun
it.
across the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, my number 5 is Kronos. Because now that I know that we can count Titans, Kronos is pretty cool. Jeff, you want to tell us the story again?
Yeah, gladly.
No.
Yeah, go into more detail this time. I don't think
in
you're
the cartoon
detailed
Hercules,
enough.
which of the Titans was Kronos? Does anyone know?
Isn't he the lava?
Is he the lava or is he the earth one?
He's
'Cause
probably
I
both.
figure he's probably one of them.
Yeah, I think it'd be one of those two.
Yeah.
Well, the Earth one had 2 heads. So
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
don't know
that was
who
their
that
two
is.
bodies never separating.
All right. My number 4 is Thoth from Egyptian mythology.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know much about Thoth. Just,
Did you just like the name?
I do like the name, but have you guys heard of Billy Carson, the forbidden knowledge guy? He just kind of goes off on these these stories of history and kind of comes to major conclusions. Super fascinating.
Is he from older show or is he modern?
No, he's a pretty modern
okay.
guy. He's got a podcast and stuff. But anyways, he talks about Thoth all the time. That Thoth is he kind of talks about Thoth being
Thoth or Toth or yeah.
He calls him Thoth.
Thoth. I'm like, because I think I've heard Toth, but yeah, Thoth is just another way to say it. But
yeah,
I was trying to think of who he is. He's the one with the ibis?
Exactly.
Beak? Yeah, he's keep going.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know much about
Just
him.
the backseat drive, Greg's top 5.
Well, I don't have any stories about any of my gods. But yeah, all I know about him is what I heard from Billy Carson. It was pretty cool. But anyways,
did he talk about the tablet? Thoth's tablet?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, basically, god of knowledge,
Yep.
and a lot of myth stories revolve around him and Atlantis, and basically, him bringing all kinds of bizarre, crazy knowledge tied to alchemy and crazy stuff.
Yep. There you go.
It gets wild.
Exactly.
Yeah, another god that could be alien-like, right?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. My number 3 is Thor. Very basic.
Nice.
God of
great.
thunder. Mm-hmm. Maybe slightly influenced by Marvel, but my number 2, definitely influenced by Hercules. Disney Hercules, I mean. Hades.
Got him to that. How you doing?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. And then my number 1, also influenced by the movie Hercules, but also influenced by Clash of the Titans and Liam Neeson, Zeus.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, probably one of the best lines ever delivered was by Liam Neeson saying, "Release the Kraken."
That was pretty good. That was better than mine. Yeah.
So Zeus or Jupiter, they're pretty much the
Synonymous.
same. Jupiter, because I love the planets.
Roman variant.
I was tempted just to pick all the planets as my favorite gods. Jupiter,
Pluto
Saturn,
and Hades.
Neptune.
The Forgotten.
Mars. But anyways, that's my
Yeah.
top 5.
Awesome.
Pretty basic.
You didn't want to have Mars and be a wolf of Mars?
Yeah.
Mars
tempted.
is bright tonight.
I love Mars. A couple Harry Potter references. Fenrir Greyback.
Mm-hmm. Nasty werewolf.
So
Oh, yeah.
bring it on, Derek.
Okay, hopefully mine is as entertaining as your guys's.
See what I can interject on.
I had the Duatha De Danann as an honorable mention because I wasn't sure if they were gods or not, but I like
It gets messy with a lot of cultures because, even the Kachina, they're kind of like spirits, but revered in a way as gods.
But yeah, I like them because they heavily influenced Tolkien with his elves.
Yeah, on the way here, me and Jeff were talking about how, I kind of like more of the demigods. Anyways, I wanted to pick more demigods, but we weren't allowed.
Jeff nixed that.
Yeah.
He said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That'll be another time.
And I also, on my honorable mentions, I had the Leviathan from Hebrew mythology because I don't think he's a god, but he is the embodiment of chaos that God throws down into the sea, basically symbolic of order triumphing over chaos.
Kind of Titan equivalent.
Kind of, yeah. You know,
Basically the
Leviathan.
great sea dragon. Yeah.
And so my number 5
Wait,
is.
so could we pick the Kraken?
I suppose you could.
Well, dang. Kraken. He's in my top 5.
Is the Kraken a Titan? Because he's in the movie
Maybe
Clash of
Kraken
the
is.
Titans. Because if that's so, that's the
Yeah.
only Titan that clashed.
He's at least the child of a god in some way, I'm sure.
Okay, because my
It usually
confusion
is.
was with Clash of the Titans was
It gets
where's
messy.
the Titans that are clashing? Because I didn't think the Kraken was a Titan, and the gods. It just prefaces how the gods overthrew the Titans. So I was like, where are the Titans that are supposed to be clashing?
I don't know.
Where are they?
I thought this in middle school when I saw it in theaters. I was very disappointed. Anyway, number 5, it's a tie between the two Babylonian gods, Tiamat, the god of chaos, and Bahamut, the god of order. Mostly because of their influence in Dungeons and Dragons.
The dragons.
Yeah, the
aspect,
two dragon
yes.
gods in D&D, where Tiamat lives on the, I think, either the first or second layer of the hells of the 9 hells, and she is the dragon god of chaos, whereas Bahamut is the platinum dragon of order, and he always has 8, it's either 8 or 7 gold dragons following him, polymorphed as little gold birds. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And number 4, because we love Yu-Gi-Oh here, I had to have one Egyptian god on the list. Anubis, the god of mummification and the afterlife, but mostly because of his appearance in the TV show Gargoyles, who he is voiced by Tony J, the guy who does Frollo in that show. And he delivers very few lines because some guy with magic binds him and says, "You took my son from me, I want him back." And it's just him saying how, yeah, this is death. That's how it works. He's just being very unarbitrary. My favorite line from it is because the guy says, "You took my son from me, it was not fair." And Anubis says, "On the contrary, death is the ultimate fairness. Rich and poor, young and old, all are equal in death. You would not like to see the jackal god play favorites." It was such a hard line. I love that line.
I will say Anubis is definitely depicted better in media than he is in mythology, because mythology is not quite as menacing as they make him out to be. He's not really the god of death.
He's
That's
not.
Osiris.
He's the god of afterlife.
He's just like
and mummification
he
and
takes
embalming.
people to death.
He just lets them rest.
He's basically
and I
Chiron
respect him
farrier.
for that. Yes,
Yeah.
I respect him for that. He lets people
But
rest.
the way they depict him is always so cool and like spooky. So it makes sense that I imagine that still was probably part of his vibes, being that he was the jackal, the jackal god.
And we all know how scary the jackal can be from Pierce Brown.
Ooh, yeah.
Anyway. And number 3, I had the Quetzalcoatlus, or what was the other name for it? Kukulkan? Kukulkan. You know, the feathered serpent, the Mayan dragon, but mostly because of the parallels to Christ, because I read The 10 Shoes Among the Nephites series by Chris Heimdinger, which was really fun.
Ooh, yeah.
And number 2, I had Odin the Allfather.
Odin's
Odin's got a lot of parallels himself.
Yes, he does. Trading his eye for wisdom, and he's one of the few
himself
gods.
on the world tree to save mankind. Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe he dies from Fenrir's jaws in Ragnarok, fighting Fenrir. And he's one of the few gods that consults with ravens in order to gather knowledge.
It's
Has his
pretty
two
cool.
ravens, Hugin and Munin. I love them. And number 1, very basic. Thor, Odin's son, protector of mankind. Yeah, he's great. He's just got great stories of fighting giants and getting his hammer back. He cross-dressed too, and he made it look cool by almost marrying a giant and then just slaughtering everybody.
A lot of cross-dressing in mythology.
Yes, and he just looks so cool in Ragnarok fighting Jormungand, the world's serpent. Oh, so cool. Anyway. Yeah, that's my list.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Can't go wrong with any of those. Very cool.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the hot take.
Yeah, let's get this hot take.
Okay, I'm going to try and articulate this. I kind of forgot that I had the hot take, but I had it I had it planned out.
At least ready.
The outline, Greg.
Yeah, I got distracted. I was trying to finish our writing challenge,
Yes.
but I've been thinking about this for a while. So just bear with me, try to gather my thoughts as I talk about it. Okay, my hot take. I think, to preface this, we've all dabbled in card games like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. As far as the most toxic, I think Pokemon is by far the most toxic out of all the card games out there.
Have you played a professional Yu-Gi-Oh tournament?
Okay,
Do you mean in
let me
general
tell you.
or in like gameplay?
No, in general.
Oh, okay.
The company, the product, not necessarily gameplay, but the whole. You got or what do you call them?
Scalpers.
You got the scalpers. My problem with Pokemon, I think my biggest problem is that it is targeting kids. As someone that grew up being absolutely like enthralled, excited about Pokemon, trying to collect the cards and being disappointed every freaking time when I didn't pull a Charizard.
Didn't get a Charizard.
And my friend pulled a Charizard and he didn't even put it in a sleeve and he just ruined it. And then I would buy more packs and didn't get a Charizard. That's kind of where it stems from. But I do think targeting kids like that is a very, what's the word? Just very
slippery slope, dangerous.
Yeah, it's a
very entryway.
It's
drug.
not a noble thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very low means, and I think it influences kids in a very negative way. So
yeah.
The whole premise of gotta catch them all.
So then I guess your statement is, out of all the trading card games out there for kids, Pokemon is the worst for kids' mental health.
There's a more toxic nature around it in general.
Not just toxic for kids, but for adults too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the scalpers coming in during COVID times, during 2020. Yeah, that I hated that. Because I was collecting Pokemon cards at the time, and I was getting so PO'd.
Oh, man. Yeah. You just know them when you see them, too.
Well, I was donating plasma at the time, too, so I had the money for Pokemon cards. I was so excited. I
were giving
this
your
new set
blood,
came out.
literally.
I was looking at all the teasers.
Yeah.
But...
let's hear it.
I want to make an argument against your case, because...
I figured I am somewhat targeting you, Derek, because I know you were definitely more into Pokemon.
It is hard to say.
Yeah,
because
I kind of stopped collecting Pokemon after I got my shiny Charizard VMAX pull. I was like, this is the best pull of my life. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, because I just got tired of trying to collect every Charizard out there. And I still have so many, they're hopefully appreciating in value.
And this is the part of it, of being toxic. It never ends. They're going to come out with a better Charizard.
They will. They always come out with a better Charizard. They always come out with better Dragonites and Lugias.
And they're going to make it harder and harder to pull, more and more expensive. It's just money grab. It's targeting kids. And that is just so unethical.
And the kids that should enjoy it aren't able to because of the adults that are basically coming in and ruining it.
Yes. So I guess more of your hot take is just adults should stay out of Pokemon, or at least limit themselves. If you're playing with your kids, because I got 3 starter decks that I hope to play with my son one of these days, because they came in like a board game fashion that they were selling in all the Targets and Walmarts out there as a kind of a family introductory set.
Oh, yeah.
Where you get 3 decks of Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo. So I definitely want to be a part of my son's life if he does get into Pokemon, but I do get it. The scalpers just need to get out there. I stopped collecting Pokemon cards because I just saw how exhausting it was, and it just never ever ended. So I want to make an argument against you, but you got some good points here.
I'll make somewhat of a counter argument in that.
Let's hear it.
I really think it's mostly Wizards, because Wizards owns both Pokemon and
Wizards of the
Magic.
Coast.
Yeah, Wizards of the
I think
Coast.
Wizards of the Coast doesn't own Pokemon anymore. I think Pokemon became its own. And yeah, this was like way back in the early 2000s.
Dang, I thought they were still managing it, but
No, like in the beginning they were managing it, but like Pokemon got so big they just became independent.
well, there we go. It's good for Pokemon, but
Or yeah,
get away
really
from
good
that.
for Pokemon.
But
Oh yeah, I think they're one of the biggest like net worth companies. I think they're in the top 5. Like I think they're more valuable than Disney.
it is. Pokemon is massive, and I think they definitely have. The great thing about it is there are other avenues. You have games, you have the show.
Well,
That's about it,
in
but-
regards for kids, I do see it as, you know, if the kids are playing, you know, the physical card game, it taught me math skills when I was playing it. You know, it taught me how to do quick mental math pretty easy at the beginning. It kept me away from a screen, but at the same time, screens weren't as prevalent when we were kids. So I don't know. And now there's Pokemon
But you could argue
TCG Pocket that's all online, you know, that they got apps for it now.
You could argue that it didn't keep you from screens because of the games.
I never had the Game Boy games until I was 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I guess.
I had parents who just didn't like video games, and it wasn't until my friend from high school, she gave me her Game Boy and was like, here's Pokemon Emerald. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I just ate that up. And so she's like, oh, here's Fire Red. I'm like, sweet, I can finally have Charizard.
yeah.
So,
We come from a similar
and
background.
I still play that from time to time. I have my Game Boy SP because I got one of my own, and I still play it from time to time. When I'm on a road trip, I do that instead of just sitting on my
the
phone.
world of Pokemon ROM hacks is just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I think the big problem with Pokemon is they don't know when to quit. And that's part of the toxicity is they just keep pumping out, and they've gotten so lazy with their Pokemon now. They're rehashing a lot of just like every new generation has basically a copy and paste Pikachu, and
Oh yeah, Pikachu clone.
but it's not even everyone still would rather just have Pikachu. And I think there are some good things from it, but I will say it is so hard to debate it because the scalpers do play such a big role in making it toxic. And
yeah, they do.
with the collectability of everything. But in general, Magic is, I think, just as, if not equally toxic, because you do still have plenty of scalpers with Magic. And I think Beyond, and Magic is, with their Universes Beyond sets, they're just, it feels so phony now.
Yeah, they're reaching out to. So you're not a fan of the Universes Beyond sets?
Well, it's cool having Spider-Man to play with, but it doesn't feel like Magic anymore.
Oh, I would agree.
what I'm
Like, you know,
saying.
because the premise of Magic is you are the wizard, you're conjuring these things, and then be like, I conjure Spider-Man. Wait, what? So I do admit it does take away from the immersiveness, you know, because they have the planes and you're just a planeswalker just pulling things out from other planes as you're spending the mana.
Yeah.
But if you don't think about that too hard, I can still enjoy it. The universe is
still be
beyond.
enjoyed.
Like, I'm still a fan that I got
Like
Wolverine in a deck. I'm still a
it's
fan
still
that I
cool to
have
Spider-Man.
Frodo and Sam in a deck, you know?
Yeah.
But
No,
it is hard to disagree. Pokemon is pretty up there.
I do think Magic is very toxic, but I do think it's very different because you're not seeing people really grading.
It doesn't have such a wide
There's not
age group.
as much of a
Well, yeah, collectors. Yeah, there's more serious collectors in the Pokemon community because with the cards that I've sold compared to the Magic cards I've sold, they are nitpicked 10 times more than my Magic cards. Like something that looks like would probably go for a like lightly played as a Magic card. They'll look at the same kind of defections on a Pokemon card and be like, oh man, this is heavily damaged. We're not buying this. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Really? Because I probably did that just by either pulling it out of the sleeve or putting it in the sleeve. Because that's what I did the whole time. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And don't even get me started on when the company doesn't have it centered. And that makes your grading even less. It's like, it's not my fault, man. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, and you could tell me if I'm wrong about this point, Derek, but I feel like the gameplay of Pokemon is just not really appealing as much as collecting.
For the card game or for the...
Yeah, for the card game.
Collecting appeals
versus
more
like
to
the Magic.
the general population.
Magic is really for the gameplay.
I would say so, because there's so many things you can do in Magic. You
Or our
got
brother
infinite
Daniel even
combos,
collects. He doesn't play, but he collects them.
He collects Pokemon
The
cards?
most-
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's been
the
spending
most unnerdy
tons.
person
He's
that
a
we
closet
know.
nerd. He's the most closeted nerd.
Yeah. Every time I've met him, I'm like, this guy's there's no way he's related to Jeff or Greg.
But yeah,
Him and Doug, I'm like,
he started collecting. This is kind of to my point. He started collecting, sports cards and buying and selling, and he's making money from it. And then he's like, I tried Pokemon and I made way more buying and selling Pokemon cards. And it's just like, okay, well then Pokemon maybe like go down that route solely. I hate how they just push it for gameplay.
Yeah.
They're trying to do too much, and it's become just so toxic, in my opinion. I don't know.
Magic kind of did that where it had a pack for collectors and a pack for players, where the collector boosters, right?
Oh yeah, but they got reamed for that, which is great.
And then they jack up prices, and then the collectors still go with the play packs.
Yeah, but it wasn't there. They came out with like their anniversary version or something like that, where they weren't even. You weren't even allowed to play with them.
Oh, and there are some of those.
They got reamed for that.
Then they spend all the money, and the collectors are like, I still want to play.
Yeah, like nobody bought it. But I feel like something like that needs to happen with Pokemon, just kind of put them in their place.
Well, yeah, the customers definitely need to, actually vote with their wallets more, because I feel like Magic players, especially right now, with all the Universe Beyond, we're being like, you know what, we're getting screwed in a lot of stuff. Like Commander decks used to have like the cool cardboard cut out of their Commander with the life counter and everything. Now they got rid of those one by one.
That can be a whole nother hot take.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's true. That could be a whole nother hot take. I'll digress there.
There's a lot that can be discussed in card games in general, because it has gotten so toxic, and that's why it is so easy to compare them to each other. Yu-Gi-Oh! Really is probably the least toxic, minus the gameplay.
I was about to say the gameplay is the worst, but as far as collecting them, they're like immune to scalpers.
Yeah, they reprint crazy amounts, so it's like,
yeah. I feel like Dungeons and Dragons is probably the most ethical way to kind of experience, gameplay.
Tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
It is.
It's as far as like the fantasy realm.
And you can do sci-fi with that too, because you can just make your own campaign. Like it encourages you to make up your own stuff. The owner's manual or the player's guide, they're usually they're very hard suggestions to help you have a better immersive experience, but it doesn't criticize you for going off the beaten path. And
you can break the rules.
And breaking the rules and making up your own stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think part of what I just fell in love with Magic was the whole, it felt, and I haven't experienced Dungeons and Dragons, but I felt like I was...
It's in the works.
Yeah, Jeff, when are you going to get that campaign ready?
I felt like I was actually experiencing, fantasy, that kind of role play, but more structured. And like, the whole building the deck was the funnest part. Not even playing.
Again, there can be a whole nother. You're going through like my list of hot takes right now.
Yeah, one of my hot takes I had ready was to be like, these are the best two color pairings. Fight me.
There's so
I was going to be
many.
like red green or red blue is the best color pairing. Fight me.
Yeah,
there used to be a simplicity for sure. Yeah,
yeah, and so I don't know. I want to experience Dungeons and Dragons more, and I kind of want that to be more popularized, which I feel like it slightly has been.
It's pretty popular, man. You try playing Baldur's Gate 3, or there's the new AI assistant that helps you play Dungeons and Dragons by yourself.
Yeah, pretty much just the sheer amount of break-offs and alternatives.
There's a bunch of alternatives.
Just
like Yeah,
the
you could.
creativity you have with it. Yeah.
But you want to know the least toxic after Dungeons and Dragons is Warhammer 40K guys.
Oh,
they're just
probably.
happy that you're listening to them.
They're happy you spent the money with them.
Yes, yes, and in their defense,
They are
really cool.
Yeah.
And it is just so fun to shout for the Emperor.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
so absurdly expensive, but so cool.
And there's a lot of cool fan-made animations of it.
You and me went
Anyway.
to a free pickup of one of the minis, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And just how nice they were.
I still feel like if you're having to spend an arm and a leg to play a game,
To have a hobby.
to have a hobby, then it's somewhat toxic for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It helps. The more accessible, the better for sure. Yeah. That's why I think, again, that can be a whole nother hot take, but proxies. Do proxies.
anyways, I know I'm going to be torched. I know there's a big community of avid Pokemon. What do you call them?
Fans?
Followers.
Yeah.
Fans.
Scalpers, let us know. What is your take on this so
how do
we
you
can come
justify
lynch you?
scalping?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, golly.
So, but anyway,
Go touch grass, man.
yeah, let me know what you think.
I think you caught me at the wrong season of my life to get defensive about that hot take.
Yes.
Because ever since I got that big pull, I'm like, okay, I'm done because I was exhausted of
Yeah.
chasing the next card.
I had a feeling that you weren't going to be too against my hot take.
Oh, I
so.
thought you were going to say that Die Hard wasn't a Christmas movie or something. I thought that's what your hot take was going to be. I was getting ready to fight that.
That's for another day.
I would say probably the closest to toxicity would be mobile gaming, but yeah.
All right.
The biggest thing I hate about mobile
can
gaming
move
is
on.
they pick the worst voice actors for all of their ads. Like that's like on purpose. They just have the worst voice actors.
Take
like,
some guy off the street.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it just drives me nuts. I thought you had to get a degree for advertising, but I guess not. Just
Yeah.
make up like whatever you want, man. I hate it. Okay, I'm getting mad. We gotta stop talking about this.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Bring back games where it's not pay to be better.
Just make hobbies
Yeah.
affordable
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into our non-spoiler section of the Odyssey. What we're here for.
Yes.
Sorry about that. We definitely took some time with that. So
Well, yeah. Are we, Derek? Is Derek going to do summary?
I shall.
okay.
So the
Just got the
Odyssey
summary.
the Odyssey is a sequel. I found out before I
Yeah.
suggested this. It's a sequel to the Iliad, which takes place during the Trojan Wars, and the Odyssey.
Yep. Ever seen the movie Troy? Mm-hmm. That's the Iliad.
Pretty much.
So I guess you could say this is Troy Story 2.
It took me a minute. Yeah.
Troy Story 2, if you want to call that. And I found out it was actually a poem originally. It was 12,000 lines. It was a 12,000 line poem, sequel to the Iliad. And the story is following Odysseus. He is the man who came up with the idea of the Trojan horse and went inside the Trojan horse and helped to take down the
Clever
Trojan.
Yeah.
Odysseus.
He
The
is known
wisest
as
of all
the
Greeks.
wisest of all Greeks and the most cunning man. It's about him and his voyage to return back home. But because he pretty much ticked off the god Poseidon, instead of taking, what Google Maps says it would take in 2 weeks, took about 10 years.
Like how he's the last to leave.
Yes.
Everyone else makes it home.
And he's just messing with gods and monsters. And meanwhile, back home, his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus have to deal with many rude suitors who are just really making themselves at home
Yeah.
Overstaying their welcome.
and overstaying the welcome and even plotting to kill Telemachus as well in the process. So you have to deal with that and with the reunion and just with all the troubles that Odysseus faces. It is pretty much one of the stories that has become the foundation for Western storytelling and basically any kind of fiction. In fact, the Joseph Campbell hero's journey pretty much was created from the Iliad and the Odyssey. So, and this
Quite a
is a
staple.
piece of work that has lasted for thousands of years. So, and the fact that it's still read and studied and applied in pop culture today, it must be pretty good, right? I think we'll explore that.
Got some
Yeah.
influence for sure.
Yeah, about the author too, Homer. It's very fascinating that there's just so little known about him. There's a lot of people that claim that he's blind or he was blind, but there's a lot of evidence showing that probably he wasn't blind. But
How do you write it down?
yeah, it's very very fascinating.
Well, it's also really debated on the order of which lines of the poem go where, and there's been multiple translations. We went with Robert Fagel's, right? That's the name.
Yep.
Robert Fagel's translation.
Mostly because Sir Ian McKellen was reading it.
Yes, to have Gandalf read it to you was pretty nice. I know that Christopher Nolan's film is off of, what is it, Emily Wilson? Is that her name?
Not sure.
Emily Wilson's translation, which I think people make a big deal of it because she's the very first woman to translate the Odyssey from Greek into English.
Bravo for her.
Yeah. But yeah, Homer's existence is debated on if he actually existed or not, or if he was just a character in the whole thing, and if this was all taken down orally, or if it was written down at first.
Yeah.
And it does make me wonder, what kind of other works did we lose in the Library of Alexander?
Oh yeah.
If there was stuff Alexandria. Sorry, Alexandria.
Yeah, there's even like
Alexander.
you can
Alexander the Great.
Alexandria, Derek.
you can elaborate on this, Jeff, probably, but I think there's a lot of archaeologists that think that the city of Troy was actually a real city.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's definitely evidence out there that there was a city in similar geographic region, similar kind of fate, and trashed city. So pretty amazing history there, and no doubt there's connections because that's what a lot of mythology is. It is an observation of the real
Absorption. New word.
Observations of the real world. But yeah, and part of the fascinating thing, along with what Derek was saying, is just how much of the Odyssey is lost literature, where we are only getting whatever step in it. Somebody wrote it down at some point, whether it was Homer or somebody else, and then from there it was passed along, and just how often was it changed, and what was the original. So no doubt, I mean, I'm sure there have been like the Dead Sea Scrolls, just different varieties found, and maybe in the future there could be more. We could have a new version of the Odyssey.
It definitely reminds me of the Bible in a lot of ways. Just with the history.
Oh yeah,
and
very similar
translations and different versions.
There are a lot of I used the word earlier, but now I can't remember. Similarities and like crossover between them, where you could make comparisons and be like, this is pretty much the same story in some places. Yeah.
Which that kind of leads us into the next subject. Who is this book for? I mentioned the Bible, because the language in this is,
Poetic.
Yeah, it's
Poetic.
It's poetic,
Old style.
difficult, dare I say, for modern readers. At least for me, it was. I don't know about you guys.
It's breathy.
It was difficult for me, but at the same time, have either of you guys read the Silmarillion?
No.
Oh, it's written very similar to this.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of able to grasp on it, but seeing as how I've read the Silmarillion 2 times and I still walk out confused, just thinking, what the heck did I just read?
Tolkien had some fun with that. No doubt.
He had a lot of fun, and his son Christopher had a lot of fun just finishing it for him. But I get something out of every time I read it, so it's definitely a piece of work that you kind of have to like train yourself to understand and to read and to know, this is kind of just how mythology was written or a story was written at the time. And so like if you go back to it with the intent on being better on understanding, it works, but not very many people read because they want to make it because it's that difficult. They just want to read a good story. So as for who this is for, it's definitely for people who are scholarly, who are willing to find and see what all the other scholars are saying, that this is the foundation of Western literature, or how it has taught us what the hero's journey is, or one fun practice is to see how it's popped up in pop culture altogether. You know, there's references to it everywhere.
I want to say that I think this version, especially being, it seems like a more literal translation, but the story of the Odyssey is for everyone. I think it is a fantastic story that can really be adapted to be told to any age. And that's kind of the wonderful thing about mythology, is you can not alter the story, but adapt it to different audiences. And mythology really anciently, it was meant to be told to an audience where you would have people coming in and out of the story. So you really could jump in at any point of the Odyssey, and maybe you don't know what Odysseus was doing before, but you're in that part of the story, and and it's kind of like watching a soap opera or show where you know, you come in and you're seeing some drama, and oh no, Odysseus kissed Circe. Oh, drama. It's like, it's exactly how it feels. So that's exactly what the type of story was. You probably had people coming in as Homer is, giving this big dialogue and telling the story, and then their wife is like, "Come on, we need to get home. You still need to clean the Pantheon."
Parthenon.
Yeah. He's got to clean the whole pantheon of gods. You just got to clean them all. It's your turn.
Exactly. Your turn. Get under their armpits. All right. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense for how it is written, or how it is translated in the way it is, where you have these stories just kind of randomly popping in with the gods, where it's like going on, and then suddenly it's back to Odysseus doing something. So I can see why it is, but mature audience for this version especially, and somebody who is looking to delve more into, and I would say this is definitely beginner for sure. It's a great place to start if you're wanting to get into this kind of mythology, because it is such a well-known story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I was going to say that, Jeff, the more and more I think about this and reminisce and look up videos of smarter people dissecting the story, I'm starting to love the story more and more.
Oh, yeah.
Initially reading through it, because it was somewhat difficult and a bit of a slog, it was hard for me to get into it, and my mind would wander. But I generally knew the story, but it, like I said, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh man, this is a great story. It really is so good.
Oh yeah, and it is that structure, because it has, like Derek was saying, the kind of the hero story structure. I think that makes it so valuable,
and it does make just the heroes seem larger than life in a way, as as the Greek stories usually did. Achilles and Ajax and Odysseus is like the wisest and most cunning, and it's just so entertaining to see him get through trial after trial, because through his voyage, he pretty much goes from island to island. It's kind of like a video game, It's like, here's this level,
one,
and then there's this level, and it's testing different skills. Like, see, this is where my problem, like my mind wandered, so I can't remember all the order of the islands. And it doesn't start in a linear fashion. It starts with Penelope and Telemachus, and Telemachus searching for clues of his father's whereabouts, and then it gets to Odysseus getting off of Calypso's island, and then going to the Phoenicians, and then retelling his story. So it's like, oh, okay. So you kind of have to piece together, oh, okay, when
it reminded me almost of Project Hail Mary in a similar fashion, where he's jumping back and forth between them to kind of, as the story progresses, to kind of emphasize certain story moments. But
I was not expecting that kind of complex narrative structure from a text so old. I was like, oh, this is probably just gonna be very linear,
a poem.
Yes,
which
goes to show that humankind has just been cultivating creativity for thousands of years.
Oh, yeah.
It's in us. It's in our human spirit to want to create and just express ourselves through story.
Yeah. I would suggest, for those that may be a little more dim like myself, to watch a video kind of that gives you a summary of the story.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That way you
There's
kind
some great ones.
understand the timeline of the whole book, and then it'll make so much more sense.
Yeah.
That will
Give
help
yourself
me
a
for sure.
foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty on YouTube. I actually watched a few after I listened to it the first time because, my mind wandered so much. I was like, what did I just listen to? Oh, no. And so I just needed the recap. In my search history, it's just like understanding the Odyssey right there. And then, I listened to it again, and then I listened to that abridged version that's like only 4 hours long that you said. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice.
Was fantastic. That would be a great place to start too.
But yeah, the YouTube channel Crash Course, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I saw that one too.
Overly Sarcastic Productions, Classic Summarized, they did a pretty good job as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like all like 12 minutes or 13 minutes. So definitely not time
It's such a
consuming.
well-established story, so well-researched. I mean, when it comes to translations, it's kind of semantics, just whatever the translator preferred to emphasize more, and how they wanted to order things.
That's a nitty-gritty debate that I don't know if we're skilled enough to go into, because it's like the Bible. The Bible's been translated by so many people, so there's so many different interpretations.
A lot of things you can debate on.
And look how we're all debating the interpretations of Bible verses today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But let me ask you this, guys. Since it's such a pop culture phenomenon, it just appears all the time. Do you guys know what your first, I guess, dose of the Odyssey or exposure to the Odyssey was?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? What is it, Jeff?
Very early in my childhood. Do you guys recall Wishbone?
Yeah!
Tell the story, Wishbone. Oh, yeah.
I
Good
gotta
old
say,
little Terrier. What was he? Jack Russell Terrier?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
fantastic.
That was a great
Sarcastic
show.
little
Very
dog.
underrated.
Obsessed with snacks.
Yep.
Yep.
When did the Simpsons do the Odyssey?
Season 11. I looked it up because I watched their take on it, and it's a very, very simplified version of it. That is probably one of the early.
I think that might be, but I do remember Wishbone now that you mention it.
My first exposure was an episode of Arthur, where DW tells the Odyssey, and she's the main character. She's ODWS.
That's true.
It pretty much had all this simple stuff. It had the White Lotus Eaters, it had Cyclops, it had the Sirens, and I think that was it.
Yeah,
It was very bare bones.
You can only do so much when it comes to kids, but
Yeah.
Do you guys ever play the Wishbone Odyssey game?
What?
No.
That, oh my gosh, that game pops into my mind every so often.
You an obscure game.
It was a point and click. It was Wishbone in the place of Odysseus. He got somehow trapped in this virtual world of the Odyssey. And let me tell you, difficult game for a kid. I could not get past the Cyclops level. And
That's like the beginning.
Yeah, he kept eating the guys. Come to learn, you had to click on like a random batch of straw. It's so funny, and it's so funny too because there's a statue of Athena that like gives you hints, and literally clicking on it enough gives you like what you do. So it's like I must have just been an idiot as a kid, like trying to figure it out myself and constantly like losing the game. But I was just fascinated by it because it was like this. I mean, it was Wishbone. You controlled Wishbone in this world of the
how you
Odyssey.
struggled with a game like that. I can see why you love Dark Souls so much. You enjoy getting beat up on by games.
But I'm actually playing through it now, so I got past the Cyclops.
But yeah, help me remember the order of the islands he visits. It's first the White Lotus Eaters, right? Where he first encounters, you eat the lotus, you forget stuff. Like very simple, fantasy stuff.
Yep.
But hold on. Do we want to move on to the
Would this
section?
go into spoiler
yeah.
section, or is this just hitting the plot points?
It probably would because of. The story itself is so well known; it's hard to say spoiled, but
Yeah.
that is probably.
Yeah,
more
and I'm sure people watch this want to know the story because
Sure,
Christopher
story
Nolan's film
structure.
is coming out, so they feel more prepared of what to expect.
You bet. Yeah. And so I think it might just be a good time to take a break anyways.
Yeah,
So
let's do
if
that.
If
Let's
that
take a
works.
break.
So, cool. Yep. We'll
Awesome.
be back.
Cool.
Okay. Unpaused. Welcome back. That was a good little break.
Felt good to pee.
Yeah. Release our bowels. So
bowels.
we're going to get into the spoiler section of the Odyssey, which, it's a very popular story. I'm sure you've heard it, but
Especially with Christopher Nolan's film
in
on
one
the
form or
horizon.
another.
yeah.
Yep.
It
Just
pops in
this
everywhere.
is just your warning. If you don't want spoilers, then come back after you've read the book or seen the movie. So,
or watch the Wishbone episode.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, Derek, do you want to lead us into our next discussion?
Yes, as mentioned earlier, it starts with Penelope and Telemachus at home in Ithaca, and Penelope is just doing whatever she can to keep all these suitors from pretty much forcing themselves to be married to her. And Telemachus goes to the shore every day and hopes that his dad will come back for pretty much 20 years.
Talk about MVP Penelope.
right?
So loyal.
Very loyal. In fact, we'll touch on that near the end. That I think she is not appreciated for.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on that when we get to the end, because she is doing all she can to basically make excuses to not progress any of this. So yeah, for 20 years, she is just being a great wife.
Yep.
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 Do you either of you know the history of like why, like, it almost seemed like they had no control over the suitors being there.
So, wait, in Greek mythology, did you want to say?
No, you go for it. I think you'll explain it a lot better.
We'll see. We'll see. So, in Greek mythology, guests were highly revered and regarded because Zeus himself would appear as a beggar. So, basically, this is why Odysseus, anywhere he goes, everyone is always like, "Yeah, come in and get some food and enjoy yourself, stay a while." And
Yeah, it's
here's
like
a bunch of
there's-
gold.
There's a law of hospitality.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like a law of hospitality that the gods have sanctioned themselves and they expect to be followed.
Since Goose, Talk to me, Goose. Since Zeus would always appear as a beggar. Don't start it. Don't start. Since he would always appear as a beggar, it was always like a risk if you didn't care for the beggar that it would turn out to be Zeus and he would basically wipe you off the planet of the Earth. Smitten.
You'd be smited.
But his lightning bolt.
I think what makes it so funny is just how the goose just popped out. Well, anyway, goose.
It's too late to hit me with that, Jeff. My mind is just reeling about Zeus the goose.
Zeus the goose.
Oh gosh.
I think, but summarize, I think that played a role in why the suitors were hanging around so much. But on top of that, it was like she had to pick a husband, basically kind of thing.
Yeah, they're pretty much saying, dude, Odysseus is dead. He's been gone so long. You gotta pick a guy to be
20
king.
years.
Yeah.
The war's ended. Other
And
people
they're-
are back.
They probably noticed, all these other people are back. So
Yep. In fact, Telemachus, he actually sails to, it's not Sparta. It's on his way to Sparta. The names of places I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I have it right here. He begins his journey and oh heavens, Betsy.
see, I
Menelaus and
Yeah, he talks
Helen.
to Menelaus.
Yeah, but it was Nestor before that who was.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't that Sparta?
Yeah, I think
thought
Nestor
it
was
was
in
Sparta.
Sparta.
Yeah.
But isn't Menelaus who gives him the answer of his dad's whereabouts?
Yes.
Which he goes on kind of a tangent about. Where he's
There's
like,
tangents
yes, I was
galore.
on this island and I had to grab Proteus and he turned into all this
He had
crazy
to trick
stuff.
Proteus.
And I never let go.
I just love. Yeah, he basically captures a god by tricking him, and then the god proceeds to just dump like lore on him.
He like freaking spams all his special moves, hoping that he'll let go. Just like, I'm a giant snake, I'm fire, I'm a whirlwind. Just let go of me, man.
Gotta love Greek mythology where these gods kind of have no idea what's going on until somebody's like, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we know the future.
And we know the where, we know like on everything you want to
They're
know.
like, where's Odysseus? Oh yeah, he's over here.
Yeah, he's on Calypso's island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so Telemachus gets that information, and that's when we kind of shift to Odysseus on Calypso's island. Oh, yes? You thinking on Zeus the Goose?
The goose.
I'm trying not to.
you just keep chuckling about that.
Okay.
Then we get to Odysseus on Calypso's island, which he's been kind of a prisoner. I put in quotes because he's living a good life. He's a prisoner for 7 years because the nymph Calypso wants him as a husband,
offering him immortality.
Yes, immortality and a happy life on her island, and he just wants to go home.
I mean, what do you guys think? You're Odysseus. You've been there how 7 years?
7 years.
Do you think you're resisting that whole 7?
The head is strong, but the
mean,
flesh is weak.
Yeah.
The flesh is weak. Another Warhammer reference.
I mean, I will say he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the resistance so bad because I mean he's pretty much doing it the whole time he's there,
Right.
Reluctantly, but which I kind of that's my beef with Odysseus is.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that once we got to the end because Odysseus he's definitely having his needs met.
Yeah, one interesting thing I heard, probably from a scholar,
Reluctantly, but
talks about a lot of these Greek heroes. A lot of them aren't like a lot of them aren't very good. You know, a lot of them are pretty
have a big major flaw.
Yeah, pretty big flaws. I think that's pretty common in Greek mythology.
Yeah, I think I heard another scholar say that when the Romans took over, they kind of didn't like that. They didn't like their heroes having those flaws because Odysseus, his biggest strength is his cunning, his smarts, his charisma.
But
he's known as the most cunning man.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where he's kind of like too shifty, you know.
Right.
He's too
Too good
everyone
at lying.
else around him doesn't fit that. So I mean, hence why he lost pretty much. He lost his entire crew because they could not meet that same kind of cleverness, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But he ends up getting. Well, he doesn't get the gods command Calypso to let Odysseus free, and she makes a raft, and she whines about it. She's like, "What the heck? You guys have kids with mortals all the
Like, it's
time.
about
Why can't I?" And so she makes him a raft, and he ends up getting to the shores. I think it's in 10 days to the shores of the Phaeacians,
Phaeacians,
Phaeacia.
something like that. It's pretty much like a one-to-one of the Phoenicians, but Phaeacians. Yeah, because they were the seafaring people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Blessed
They were said to be
navigate.
descended by Poseidon himself. They were great seafarers.
Yeah.
And they welcome him in because, the hospitality rules that you talked about. And, they ask him, what have you been doing?
Well, I just love he washes up on the beach butt naked. Yeah. And then the daughter is like, all right, we can't just have you walking into the city with me naked. So we're going to make this elaborate plan to get you into my father's palace. And then it's just like, he shows up and he's like, I'm here. And they're like, oh, welcome. Yeah, our daughter brought you in.
Yep. And
Like,
it's at this
all
point
right.
that this is where I expected the story to start when I first picked this up.
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, we're going to just follow Odysseus leaving from the wars. And yeah, so he gets to the first island is the first island that him and his crew stop at. I believe it's 12 ships they are at the first. They land on the island of the Lotus Eaters. Correct me if I'm wrong on the order.
Lotus Eaters.
Yep.
And this is, and as Jeff mentioned in the non-spoiler review, there was lots of sections of this story where you could just jump in and you could follow along just enough. Like the chapters or sections in Robert Fagel's version, they're all labeled as a book, you know, because each one is kind of its own self-contained story in a huge grand story. And so with the island of the Lotus Eaters, it's a nice simple quest of, oh, we came to this island, there's something fishy going on here. People are just forgetting things. People just don't want to do anything. No one wants to go home. Why is this? It's because the lotus they're eating makes them forget that home exists. And so
Puts them in a lulled, almost sleep-like state. Yeah.
Yep. So this is like the first test for Odysseus to get his men out of there before too many of them forget everything.
Convenient Odysseus didn't just straight up start eating this
Right.
lotus. I mean, convenient for Odysseus, he never just straight up started eating most of the bad food, but
Most of the bad food.
he
But
had his sailors to be the
Well, he
guinea
is
pigs.
pretty clever, so
yes, he
we'll give it
is.
to him.
Yeah.
But after, so that little, I guess, ordeal is pretty easily conquered, and you don't dwell a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And that's when we get to the island of the Cyclops, which was one of my favorite islands or little adventures.
Parts of
That
the
is
story.
probably
Yeah,
one of
parts of the
the
stories.
most well-known segments and
Oh, yeah.
replicated in almost anything that tries to reference the Odyssey is going to reference this part of the story.
And yeah, because this is kind of the reason why his journey takes so long, because what he does to Cyclops. Because who knew that the one-eyed giants are the son of the god of the sea? Makes sense, right?
Son of the god of
Poseidon.
the earthquake, which kind of makes
Yeah.
more sense for the Cyclops as being big giant creatures. So
Oh yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
But Poseidon and his men, they go into Cyclops' cave, seeing all the food that he's got.
Cheese.
Yeah, the cheese wheels as
lot of
big
goat
as their
cheese.
shields. Yep. And they get excited, but then Cyclops comes back, traps him in the cave, and he just decides to pop his men like Tic Tacs.
Oh, that was one thing I loved about the description in this story where Cyclops closes them in and then he grabs two of them and bashes their brains out
Yeah.
all over the cave floor, and then he prepares his meal or something like that. The way it was
So
translated.
savage and yet so civilized.
Yeah, so savage. And then the Cyclops prepared his meal, which, AKA, he bit their heads off.
And it also talks about how gently he's able to milk his goats and take care of his sheep. Just
Well, that's
so gently.
That's what I'm wondering too. How big are these goats and sheep? Because they were able to escape.
Yeah,
By-
that's by basically clinging to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they must have been pretty big.
strapping themselves to the sheep. So they had to have been bigger sheep, right?
I would say so.
In the Wishbone game, you go in the cave and you just have these like generic copy paste soldiers with you, and when you fail one of like the things in the cave, like if you fail something, the Cyclops just goes. And so you basically have like a limited amount of tries per soldier because he's going to eat Odysseus last. And so how many times I'd go through it and the Cyclops just and I click on the wrong thing again.
Wow. That's
And the Cyclops in this game talks almost like a bad stereotype of a black guy.
Oh no.
Oh, Odysseus!
Oh no.
Hey, what are you doing in my cave?
Oh no.
It was
Oh no.
so bad.
But I think this is
Good
also
old
one of
90s.
the better trials, because this is like one of the first big trials that Odysseus faces, because they pretty much paint the picture pretty well. You have this big, obviously they're physically outmatched.
Yeah, they have their weapons.
They do have their
Yeah.
weapons,
And they can't kill it because he's the only one able to move the boulder to get him out. So even if they were able to kill the Cyclops, they would
be stuck.
They would be stuck and starved, regardless of how much cheese was in there. They'd live there a long time with all that cheese, but they would end up starving.
Cheese and goat's milk.
So this
Cheese
is
and
where
wine.
Yeah.
so this is where Odysseus really puts his cunning on center stage. They have wine with them. He gives the wine to Cyclops, and Cyclops, he's a, I guess you could say he's a wine bibber. He loves it.
Yeah. Well, it's
He's
extra
really
strong
digging it.
wine too.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Cyclops.
It's magic god wine.
He's always been portrayed as like unsophisticated, just a monster, but he's pretty sophisticated in the story.
He prepares his meal.
Yeah, he prepares his meal.
He is the son of a god.
He's violent, but he's sophisticated.
Well, when you say it like he bashed his head and then prepared his meal, I just imagine just a bash and then pulls out a knife and fork and a napkin.
It's like,
And like has the head on the fork.
Wasn't quite like
it's like a fish. Knock it out and then you get it. But yeah, that's one thing I've found interesting was there was no violence held back. It was very violent. This story, I was not expecting that. So
Yes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
quite violent. But this is kind of the part I always like love to reference when I was talking to my wife about the Odyssey. I was like, this is such a funny little prank that Odysseus pulls on the Cyclops because Odysseus makes a plan. Basically, they plan to poke Cyclops' eye out, but while he's giving him the wine, Cyclops is like talking to Odysseus, be like, "Oh, tell me, what's your name?" And he says, "My name's Nobody." He's like, and he finds it pretty funny, like, "Oh, your name's Nobody? Well, I will eat nobody last. That's the gift I give to you." Acting so benevolent towards Odysseus. So when they heat up the steak and poke Cyclops' eye out, he's yelling. All his Cyclops neighbors are like, "Hey," because the Cyclops' name was
Polyphemus.
Polyphemus. They're like, "Hey,
Polyphemus.
Polyphemus, what's happening? Is someone taking your sheep?" And he goes, "Nobody's attacking me. Nobody's blinding me." Which, such a funny prank. This is like Dungeons and Dragons silliness, man. I love it.
Oh, I just imagine these other Cyclops, like Polytheus is in there screaming. He's just like, nobody. And they're like, "Oh, okay.
Well,
Talk
they
to you
just all
later."
say, "Oh, you must just have the sickness from Zeus. We can't help you with that. Sorry. Don't get sick next time, I guess."
I can't help but be thinking of the wishbone game.
Oh, Polyphemus, you have fun with nobody. But now Cyclops is blinded, and he has to let his sheep out to feed, so he moves the boulder, and that's when they cling onto the sheep and they get out, which I'm like,
Well, he feels on top of the sheep because he's like, they must be riding on top of the sheep if they're going to try and get out on the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a great display of Odysseus's cunning and his ability to think up of a plan and outwit his more
A
imposing
lot of
opponents.
forethought. Well, you had to consider there probably were if there were more Cyclops on the island, then he wouldn't want them involved.
Yeah, that's true. But as they leave, Odysseus gets a little cocky and yells to Cyclops saying, "Yeah, it's Odysseus. He's the one that blinded you. Tell everyone it was Odysseus."
Dare I say his biggest mistake?
Yes, it's pretty much the catalyst for why his journey takes so long.
Yeah.
Because the Cyclops are the offspring of Poseidon, god of the sea and earthquakes, and Polyphemus prays to Poseidon saying, "Please just destroy him, but if it's the god's will that he returns home, make sure that everyone he knows on his journey dies, and he's the only one that has to live with that guilt." And that's spoiler. That's pretty much what happens.
That's what happened.
Yep. But the fun part is seeing how it happens. So
Kind of setting up
I will
for the rest
say,
of it.
he does go through the ringer.
yeah.
Odysseus. Poseidon does make his life a living hell, for sure. Every which way.
So what refresh my memory, what's the island after Cyclops? Is that
It is the civilization of the winds, Aeolus.
That's right.
Aeolus and the Bag of Winds. Yeah.
That's right. And this is a fun little, I guess, little adventure that kind of makes you a little frustrated for Odysseus.
Frustrated because he's a clever guy, but man, his crew
Screws things up for him so much. So now you're like, man, I guess they did have to die in order for him to get home.
Which I guess there is a reference. I don't know if it was in the book or if it was in the video we watched, but somewhere in the translation, his crew is being influenced by Poseidon. And it seems like the gods can, in a way, push people to do things and not have to necessarily be there, but at least influence them. So it seems like Poseidon is messing with his crew.
Yeah, and when the crew does kind of screw things up for him, the book did say it was surely the will of the gods for this to happen, kind of thing. But it's Aeolus, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aeolus.
in the kingdom of Aeolus, Odysseus gets a pretty neat magical bag that just holds all the winds that will blow his ship at
the bad winds.
All the bad winds that would have hurt his ship. It's all in a bag.
Referenced in SpongeBob movie.
So basically, from Aeolus, it's smooth sailing, and they see Ithaca. That's when he decides to fall asleep, and his crew just goes, he's probably got a bunch of treasure in there.
Got some
Let's
treasure.
take a handful of gold each. And they open it, and bada bing, bada boom, they're back where they started.
Which this is where I have beef with Odysseus, because he could have told his crew. I mean, he told them, "Don't touch it, don't mess with it." But at least tell him there's winds in there. Is he that clever, or is he? Again, a guy makes
that's
mistakes.
true. The cunning claim is no longer holding. Is he? Maybe he's just lucky. But no, it's the will of the gods.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
That's what it is that stopped him. So that blows him all the way back to Aeolus's kingdom. And they're like, oh, you're obviously an idiot. The gods want you to lose,
We
so we're not
told
going
you
to welcome
not
you.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The king is like, we told you not to do it, and you did it. So we're not welcoming you. And they shut the doors on them.
Yep.
I
them
feel
out.
like I'm talking too much. Do any of you
Very
guys
good.
want to take charge? I just know we got a lot of ground to cover, but we don't want to be too long.
I mean, it was pretty simple. I think it was just representing that the dangers around his crew, right? And how it wasn't just about Odysseus, right? He had to deal with the people around him and them running into temptations. So each story kind of narrates a flaw, like you were saying, that shows up in mankind. The Lotus Eaters, forgetting your purpose, with Polyphemus, pride. This one, it was temptation, right? The idea of not knowing what's there and then falling into that trap. So, yeah. And then after this, it's the Lastigonians, which, again, when you guys talk about kind of drifting off and zoning out as you're listening to the book or reading it, and this was a part I totally missed the spot where they were giants. I was picturing
it was
normal sized people jumping on Odysseus's crew and just tearing them apart. Come later as I'm reviewing it and listening to other things. Oh, that makes sense.
They're giants.
They're giants. Lastigonians.
I mean, it's a very short part mentioned in the book, and there's a part in the trailer where they come across these giants that just look like they massacre Odysseus's crew. So
Do you
looks
know if
pretty
this
cool.
is going to be rated R? Is it going to be
I
like
bet it is.
Troy?
But yeah, I'm not sure as far as the rating. But to bring up, "Oh brother, where art thou?"
All right.
Did it bug you guys that "Oh brother, where art thou" didn't follow the same timeline as the Odyssey? Because the sirens were like one of the first things that came
Right.
across. And then the Cyclops was later on.
Turned him into a toad.
I also felt like it was very loosely based on the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was more like story structure, themes, but yeah, not a one-to-one.
Yeah, you can definitely see a lot of parallels to the Odyssey, and they do claim, this is inspired by the Odyssey, but they definitely had a lot of freedom. They took a lot of freedom, and it never bothered me, seeing as how it's still debated on what the order of all the poem is. So for all we know, this is just what's been accepted by most. So the fact they did it out of order, it didn't bother me at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's basically the story of a man trying to get home to his wife before she's married off. That kind of fits the Odyssey pretty well, which is why I think, and again, the allusions, that's the word I was looking for earlier, the allusions to the Odyssey with like Cyclops, sirens, and other things that fit the story so well. And again, it is a story that is so adaptable to other stories. And it is, I think that's part of the fondness is you can take bits and pieces of it and fit it into your own story or whatever you're writing or developing. It can just fit in so well because it is a hero's journey in essence. Yeah. Next we have Circe's Island, where the enchantress, which again, is Odysseus clever or lucky? Hermes shows up after Odysseus's men are turned into pigs. Hermes shows up and is like, "Hey, here's a flower that only the gods can pick, and eat. And if a human picks it and eats it, they die." So,
for a man who's hated by the gods, he's sure getting some good help from the gods.
Well, he's hated and loved because Athena loves him.
Athena loves him.
Athena
and Hermes helps him.
She's been there the whole time.
A weird crush on him, but for some reason isn't like stepping in and blocking like Poseidon.
Well, that's because Poseidon is her uncle. It's the brother of her father. So there's obviously a family hierarchy that you don't want to disturb there.
Yeah. And you forgot to mention one of Odysseus's crew. He was the reason also Odysseus found out.
What it starts with a U. What was his name? Like Eulemachus or something? Eulemachus?
Yeah.
Let's see.
See, I didn't even try to remember.
Oh, see,
all these other
this is how it is reading the Silmarillion, and you're trying to remember all the sons of Fëanor, all 7 brothers. Like
Eurylochus?
Eurylochus. I think it was Eurylochus. Yes.
He was like the second in command. Yeah.
Yeah, because he went in first with all his men and saw all his men get turned into pigs, and he ran and told Odysseus, which I love the setup because as they're walking in, they're seeing wolves and lions looking docile, and they're like, what's going on here? And as he's running out there, that's when he realizes, oh my gosh, these are other people who fell for Circe's trick. Oh, I loved it. It's just such a D&D campaign.
Such a good setup.
Such a good encounter in D&D. I love it.
Again, referencing Wishbone, Eurylochus is a sad sap. When you first meet him, you're like trying to get him to do something, and he's like, "Oh, but Odysseus, my thumb hurts. I sprained my thumb." And you're like, can we just leave this guy? In the actual story, he's actually supposed to be helpful, but not in Wishbones, I guess.
I feel like this is a fever dream or something that you just imagine. This can't be real.
It is a fever dream.
Oh,
of a game.
I am looking up this Cyclops. I am looking this up because that sounds funny as heck.
You can play it for free in a browser. You just look up the game and it's right there, first thing. But you can play.
I just want to see the Cyclops eat. I am looking this up after this episode. I challenge
you
because that sounds
you can beat
so
the game.
funny.
Oh yeah, just. I mean, great going through the story because I think it hits it pretty well beat for beat. Again, I'll have to get back to you when I finally finish it. But
I just think it's so funny
to go through it.
how you have like this biggest crush on this game.
It's just pure nostalgia. Pure nostalgia. Even though it was an absolute pain as a child, but
that's crazy.
Just nostalgia. Yeah, but all right. Do you guys think? Without the flower, would you fall for Circe's trap? I mean, like you're hungry, you're sailing on the sea.
Yeah,
this beautiful woman is just like, here's some food. I love how she's just like, when they're eating, she just pulls out her wand and is like, yeah.
So, is she the White Witch in Narnia?
Circe. Just like name wise, or
No, she kind of is similar.
like trapping with
Is
the
that
food.
where? Is that where?
References?
Yeah.
You know
C.S.
what?
Lewis got
the idea
his
for
idea.
Yeah,
the White Witch.
that could be, especially with Edmund. Trapping him with the food. Yeah,
Yeah, not necessarily turning him into an animal, but into stone.
yeah.
But
Interesting. Yeah, that's a cool reference. I haven't heard that.
that was just a thought that popped in my head.
stone.
To stone.
It just had to be a little dramatic.
No, that's a cool reference. I haven't thought about that. But honestly, that the importance of reading the Odyssey is being able to see the references. And you're right that, like, looking back on that totally is a fitting reference with the witch's wand and the temptation of the food. But man, to be turned into a pig and then be completely aware of you're now a pig, but you're like,
Yeah, they made
a
that sound very horrifying.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's kind of worse than Spirited Away with the parents turning into pig. Like, did they
Yeah.
know that they were humans that are trapped as pigs? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
I
terrifying.
kind of imagine like the Pinocchio when his friend gets
donkey.
turned into a donkey.
Horrifying.
Yeah, so
That's
scary.
horrifying.
I just got Pinocchio on VHS, but I'm like hesitant to show my daughter because of that specific
It's
scene.
Dude, why are you talking like the live action one?
The
or are you
cartoon,
talking?
yeah.
Oh, dude, I showed my boy that, man. Dude, that is epic kid horror.
It is pure horror. Yeah.
That is a rite of passage in childhood. You need to be terrified of beer and cigarettes. They will turn you into a jackass.
Literally. Yeah, but Simpsons reference of the Odyssey story is so funny. It made me laugh out loud. But so Homer shows up after his crew is all drinking of the
Turned into
the
pigs.
potion,
Yeah.
turned into pigs, and he's like, guys, I could have used some. And he's like, oh, some food. And he walks up and he literally just starts eating his crewmates, and he finishes eating, and he's like, oh, that was great. And Circe's like, you just ate your crew. And he's like, what? I just ate my crew? She's like, I've been saying that for the past hour. Like classic Homer moment. Just straight bites into a raw pig. Oh my goodness.
Love the Simpsons.
Yep. Simpsonized stories. Just fantastic.
Yeah. Remind me, how does he get away?
Well, because
What
of
does he do with this?
Hermes Hermes basically gave him the antidote.
Yeah.
And then he says, yeah, once Circe sees that her magic doesn't work on you, pull your sword out on her. And this is not a reference to anything but a physical sword. I see you in the comments. And she'll be scared. But this is also a time when, she invites him to bed. And that's and he goes, but he makes her promise, hey, no funny business, no trickery, and make my men back into men, okay? And yeah, basically gets the deal with her, but she kind of foretells the next few challenges for them, and kind of tells, because they're still at this point wondering why things are going so bad. They don't know that it's Poseidon's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's the one that tells them about the sirens and what to do.
About the sirens, about the impossible choice, and I think on going to
And
the
the
edge of
cattle.
the world to
Oh yeah.
to-
First they got to go to Hades.
they got to go to Hades to
that's
compete
Which
with
is
the
funny
ghosts.
because most of what she tells them, he learns in Hades. And there's only a little bit of extra, like he learns there, but it's like the journey to Hades was just kind of to reference. And this is kind of interesting.
Well,
where,
wasn't the journey to Hades also to see what happened to Agamemnon? Agamemnon.
yeah,
King Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon. Agamemnon.
Agamemnon. Oh my gosh.
I see a
How, because he returned his story, he returned right away and he was betrayed by his wife. And so I think that
sucks.
That foretold the reasoning behind when Odysseus finally returned, that he was a lot more careful about
Favorite quote from the book: "Don't trust a woman."
Yeah.
If you learn anything from the Odyssey,
I do wonder if that's in Emily Wilson's translation.
she just happens to admit it.
But she tells him to go to the edge of the world, down to Hades. And I thought this part was so cool, where they kill the sheep and the blood causes the ghosts all to appear.
They all drink.
And they all drink so they can talk. But what also sucks is one of his crewmates just woke up on Circe's island, walked off the roof and died. And then he sees them there. He's like, how'd you guys get here so fast?
Can you bury me?
Yeah, how'd you guys get here so fast? I got here without a ship and you're just here right after me.
Oh,
Can you go bury me, please? Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. But they talk to the priest of... it's the name I forgot, but he's the one that has all the information and tells them, yeah, you ticked off Poseidon, dude. That's why things are going so bad.
No.
No, I don't think it's Tiresias.
Wait. I can't remember, but yeah, it gets all the info. A lot is repeated from what Circe was telling him, but I think this is an interesting part of Greek mythology, which plays into if you read into some of the future stories from like medieval, which again, medieval mythology very heavily influenced by Greek mythology.
Tiresias, the blind prophet of Thebes?
Yeah,
there
we go.
Yeah, it is Tiresias.
You got me.
No, I just proved you right. Yeah, I really got you.
But you see this play into a lot of medieval mythology, medieval stories, where they love to reference heroes and famous characters, which I think is a big reason he goes to Hades. Is he sees Agamemnon, he sees Achilles, he sees Ajax. Yeah, Ajax. Like, there are all these big heroes, and again, they were people he worked with, but it's referencing. It's like bringing into these famous characters, and even Hercules. He even sees Hercules, which is kind of crazy because it's the body of Hercules, but Hercules is immortal as a god, but it's still like it's his physical body in Hades or something like that, or it's a spirit or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's just a pure reference session. And if you read,
it is a sequel, they have to reference the original.
But if you read Dante's Inferno, Dante pretty much does the same thing, where he just calls out these random characters as he's going through hell, and he's like, oh yeah, there's this character over here from this special story, and this character over here from this special story. So it's very much a similar theme throughout these stories, where you can see even in mythological times, they were referencing the Odyssey. They were referencing it in a way, or even Greek stories trying to play out in a similar fashion, kind of narrating in the same way.
Well, I think if we wrote about hell, like now, we would reference like Hitler.
Yeah.
Being
we saw Hitler down there. We saw Stalin down there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I can see how that would be.
Yeah, that seems like a common practice, I guess. A common human reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When you can reference, especially famous people.
Yeah. There was a quote by Achilles I enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is more of a modern translation from it. I didn't get it from the version we read. It said, I'd rather be plowing a furrow than a lord among these empty souls.
Yeah, because he pretty much was like glorified amongst the dead.
Yeah, he pretty much chose glory in like life, but it was a short life because he got glory in battle and died really quick. But he was pretty much saying, I would have rather lived long and lowly.
As a baker.
Yeah, long and lowly, and it would have been way more fruitful than what I have here.
Yeah, I do love that perspective.
That was, that gave me chills.
It really builds the contrast between the life and then the afterworld. Even in a glorious afterworld, it kind of represents how life is so much more important. Physical life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Life is a treasure. Life is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Treasure it, cherish it. What's a miracle if life itself is not?
Yeah, and try to live a life with no regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regurgitations.
So yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, so after they commune with the ghosts and they finally realize, oh, it's Poseidon we ticked off. Oh, okay. They now leave the underworld, and this is where they go back to Circe's Island to bury that one dude. Rest in peace, my man.
Rest in peace.
And from then, this is where I'm getting, once again, a little jumbled.
Sirens.
Sirens. Okay, so it is the sirens first, not... Okay, it's not the two monsters.
Yeah.
Okay, the sirens, classic Greek mythology. We all know it. We love it. It's hard to not know what that is at this point.
What I find interesting, and you can maybe elaborate on the whole purpose of why Odysseus did this. You know, he had all his crew put wax in their ears so they couldn't hear and be influenced by the sirens. And then he had them tie him to the mast of the ship so he couldn't move. What was the whole purpose? Was that just Odysseus being prideful once again and being like, I'm special, so I get to hear the sirens and the secrets of the sirens and nobody else?
I think there's a lot that goes into it because in Greek mythology there is a special character. I mean, you have Perseus, you have Odysseus, you have Hercules, you have Jason and the Argonauts. They tend to be the focal point where everyone else is really a side character. So the gods pretty much told Odysseus, "Hey, you should do this. You should listen to the siren song." But beyond that, I think it was a preparation to in knowing your enemy kind of thing, where he could rely on his crew to, keep their ears covered and to row through, and then also keep him secure, so that he could kind of have a greater understanding of the enemy in a way. So it was more of his tactics kind of coming out, right? Like being able to understand his enemy and prepare for whatever danger or weakness there could come of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he wanted to hear the song. I think I remember hearing the mention of that, where he just wanted to hear it, but he also knew the dangers of hearing it.
Yeah.
So he got tied up. And I don't think he knew, but since there was a mortal who resisted the siren song, they ended up killing themselves because, if a mortal was ever to resist their song, it would just be their death. So I don't remember the text ever saying he knew that would happen. But if he did, good job. You just rid a danger on the seas for everyone else.
I wonder if
I think it was the gods kind of preparing him to
Circe was the one that told him to do it. So I wonder if she had the purpose of trying to kill the sirens. She knew something.
The gods didn't like each other.
Well, I did love the imagery of the Sirens Island as they were singing it. They were surrounded by countless bones of men who tried to get to their island before, and then they ended up just jumping into the sea and ended up becoming bones with them. I just think skeletons are cool, man. They're totally metal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Simpsons version is pretty funny. They're singing the Copacabana.
Yeah. It's Patty and Selma.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, get out of here. They're idiots.
Oh, yeah.
But after the sirens, we come to, it's the impossible choice, right?
Yep.
The two monsters,
Scylla and Charybdis.
Charybdis,
yeah.
Yes, Charybdis.
Charybdis.
Which
I was just saying what I thought the word was.
Well, I was struggling to remember Charybdis. I'm like, it's ka. And then you start saying Charybdis. I'm like, well, that's not it.
That is not it. Charybdis.
But here's another
Scylla,
instance
Scylla.
of monsters, which this is why I love mythology, is just monsters, where you have Charybdis, a giant whirlpool that's always sucking in the sea and always spitting it out as well.
I like how they named it too. It's so formidable. It's it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It has an identity. And it's right by one cliff in this strait they have to sail through. And then on the other side, you have a cliff with caves, and out of one cave is a monster named Scylla with 6 heads, 12 feet, and 3 rows of teeth. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Which I've looked up some of the artwork there. There's some crazy depictions of Scylla.
Yeah, it's meant to be this almost in unconceivable monstrosity.
Yes. And this
Inconceivable. Unconceivable.
Oh, heaven help me today.
But gives the impossible choice, because if they go too close to Charybdis, well,
It's
they
the
all
trolley
die.
thing.
Yeah,
where
it's the trolley.
Do you pull the lever or not?
Yep. And this is where Odysseus picks the lesser of two evils, and they sail next to Scylla. And, well, her 6 heads take 6 people, and because she can't take any more, they can escape.
And
It's
notice
just-
they don't
it's
take
simple.
Odysseus.
Yeah, it's simple math. Well, in there it says that he makes the choice without telling his men, and he says, "Okay, let's sail to the right." And so he knows so he knew what was coming. So he knew how to dodge it. So it makes it a little more believable why he
was
didn't
ready.
get snatched.
Yep.
But
prepared.
but I believe it says in the text that the faces of those men that they took would haunt him for the rest of his life. And like, they don't go out unscathed, but they went with the only choice that they could to press forward, which I was a little disappointed that Scylla only got such little screen time, because this is like an equivalent of a Hydra here, an
You think
inconceivable
there would be
Hydra.
a battle?
I'm like,
Something.
come on, man. give me some more of that. Give me some more, please. Give me some more. Actually, funny question. Do you think Scylla inspired Celia in Monsters Inc.? Because she's got her main head and her 5 snake heads.
Yeah.
So 6 heads.
Again, a reference.
Hey, reference.
Oh.
I mean, I thought she was Medusa.
Yeah, she looked like Medusa, but
Celia. Oh, Celia.
So yeah, this pretty much comes to the point where you're halfway through the book. This is only halfway.
well, we're almost done with the actual journey. And after the journey, there's still a lot more after that.
Oh yeah.
Because they end up getting to the Isle of the Cows, where the sun god, where Helios' cows are there. And these guys have been starving for months at this time. And they end up killing some cows, or a cow. And that's when I know Helios says, "I will drive the sun into the underworld if you don't do something about this, Zeus."
Zeus.
And Zeus is like, "Well, I can't happen." Because Zeus didn't really want to do anything, but he's just like, "Oh, well, you're whining about not seeing one of your cows. I can't let the sun go into the underworld."
It's pretty wild with the cows too, because they talk about them like the remains of the cows still like moving and being alive after they consumed them. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But it's because of this choice
Big mistake.
that I believe they try to sail away, and that's when like Zeus sends a storm and just it pretty much takes out everyone but Odysseus.
Kills the whole crew.
And this is where Odysseus ends up on a plank onto Calypso's island. We've now gone full circle.
Done with Odysseus' tale.
I like how Calypso just finds him and is like, "I want this. I want you. You're mine now."
She saw him and went, "He's perfect."
Perfect.
She was basically like old Greg. "Oh, can you love me? Can you learn to love me? Can you learn to love me?" What do you think about me?
Odysseus is like, sure, but I still like my wife. I'll sleep
Want
with
to
you.
go home? Okay, I'll sleep with you.
So then with the Phoenicians, they're like, "Oh, great story. Let's get you home, man."
Yep.
Here's a bunch of gold.
Yeah, here's a bunch of gold.
But hold on. I got a fan theory right
All
here.
right, fan theory.
This is my theory. I heard this reference. It's not my reference, which I thought was interesting. The whole Odyssey part where he's coming across all these islands with all these mythical creatures and mythical items. This only happens from book 9 to book 12. The whole part where he's telling his tale to the king, or
to the Phoenicians.
Phoenicians. So there's no witnesses to this story besides Odysseus, which I find interesting. I wonder if there's actually some meaning behind this, that maybe this whole story was just Odysseus being wise and cunning and telling them such a grand tale that they're like, oh, that was a great tale. Let's give you all this gold. Let's get you home.
It's pretty much like how in all the fantasy stories, like if you tell us a good enough story, we'll give you anything you want. Like Bjorn, like Gandalf with Bjorn, and Bjorn just being like, I got to prove this story. And he was so happy with that story and found out it was true that he just gave them all the food and lodging that they could possibly want.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I actually thought the same thing after I read it, because it is reminiscent of a dad making up an excuse why he's coming home late. Sorry, sweetheart, you wouldn't believe the line at the supermarket.
So here's my fan theory, though. I didn't have that thought. That was somebody else's, but here's mine. So this is what I think. Odysseus did partake of the lotus. And with the lotus, it doesn't just make you forget, it gives you hallucinations. And so all of Odysseus and his crew and him partook of the lotus, and then they tried to sail, and they were shipwrecked, and Odysseus came and floated up onto that island, and that's the tale that he had. That's the hallucinations that he had.
What he experienced.
So he just told about a huge drug trip.
Yep, exactly.
It still lasted over like the whole 20 years because Telemachus hasn't had a dad for 20 years.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So he could have been on the island of the Lotus Eaters all that time and then just somehow got off the island.
Calypso might have been the only real part, but
Yeah.
Well, it had to be real because another guy pretty much bear hugged another god to find out where Odysseus was, and that god said, "Yeah, he's with Calypso. I swear. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me,
That's
bro."
where he is. Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was just
that's a worthy theory considering the connections that can be made, and I honestly think that's why, again, the story is so flexible. Is you could make elements of it more into a ethereal aspect of, like maybe he didn't quite, maybe the Cyclops and the giants weren't real things, but they were more metaphysical. Him getting past those was him getting past using the lotus and getting away from the lotus, in a way. So you could take symbolical
another new
meanings.
word. Symbological.
Symbological.
No.
Symbolical. Diabolical symbolical.
But anyway,
Simba.
This is, I feel like this part in the story, to continue on, is actually lesser known, because I didn't quite know about this part, but I knew of like the whole, the challenge that Penelope had, but I didn't put the two and two together.
It's like Odysseus shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm going to do it."
Yeah, so I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed the second half.
It's a heist.
Quite a bit more than the first half, because I knew the first half a lot more than the second half.
I will say the first half, though, it kind of runs into the same problem of Lord of the Rings with me, where it's him telling the story, and that's kind of what I see.
I heard that sentence was weird. I heard problem and Lord of the Rings in the same sentence. What?
Yes.
What
I
are you
got
saying?
a problem with the Lord of the Rings books, because a majority of the Lord of the Rings battles are them just talking about them afterwards. So all I see is them saying, "Oh man, wasn't that such a cool part of the battle?" rather than the actual battle scene. So, I mean, granted, there's learning how to imagine it better, but part of I think with the Odysseus telling the story is it can just be him telling the story rather than it playing out. So I think that's why him getting back to Ithaca and the whole heist is a lot more engaging, because it's actually happening moment for moment. At least for me. Yeah.
And it's a love story.
Oh.
It just,
He's finally
there was
not
a lot
sleeping
of,
with random goddesses.
Some good feels. One of my favorite parts in it is when he meets up with Telemachus. I thought that was very touching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is very touching, especially with how Telemachus just wanted his dad in his life.
Athena just removes all the makeup. And
Yeah, they just
no,
go,
Odysseus is
hey,
standing
Odysseus,
there.
let's include your son into this, you know?
Yeah.
Daddy?
You're there.
Which I don't know why the word daddy's in the trailer for the Odyssey. Did you notice that?
Oh, is it?
I have
Yeah,
not
Tom
seen
Holland
anything.
says it. Yeah.
I've been kind of avoiding it.
Yeah, it's one of the controversies where they're like, why is he saying daddy? That's not how they talked back in that day. Father.
Yeah. But Telemachus meets up with the noble sheep herder. What's his name?
Loyal sheep herder.
Yeah, loyal sheep herder. What was his name?
Let's see. Eumaeus.
Yeah, something like
Eumaeus. Yeah, Eumaeus.
Yeah, loyal sheep herder Eumaeus. And that's part of like what bugged me a little bit about the writing being so poetic, but because it's like every time Athena's talked about, it's Athena, daughter of Zeus, Telemachus, son of Odysseus.
You guys want to see the
Odysseus.
list of Odysseus' names?
It's never just
Sea
like
wandering Odysseus.
Odysseus did
Storm-tossed
this. It's
voyager.
Odysseus, son of Odysseus.
Odysseus, the far-roaming hero. Odysseus,
A lot of yeses.
the much man.
I think you got the reference.
A lot of yeses.
A lot of yeses. Yeah.
But
Oh man.
anyways, I did love that having the sheep herder dude kind of recognize Odysseus even with his disguise.
Yeah.
So
What I got tired of was every single time Odysseus ran into somebody new, he had to make up a new lie, and it was an entire story. It's like, and this is what I appreciate about the YouTube video I sent you, is it just kind of skips all that. It's like Odysseus just told him a story. In the book, it's like, all right, sit down. This is going to be a minute.
Yep. Yeah, so this whole second half does because I remember when it ended, I looked at my audio, like, oh man, I should be almost done. I was like, I'm only halfway through. What the heck? He's home. What's gonna happen?
yeah,
Odysseus is going to make up 5 more stories, which I think fits into the whole what you were saying, right?
The
Is he very
psychedelic.
well could have made up that story, considering he made up all these other stories.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
So yeah, it does fit that theory.
He is clever.
he is wise and cunning.
Yes, but long story short, as he's disguised as this old man, he gets to Penelope's house and he starts kind of goading the suitors into other challenges. And I know they're all like, "Oh, we could best this old man and a lot of stuff." And they're betting things, starting with a goat sausage, which I have never wanted goat sausage more in my life before reading this, because they're always describing it all thick with fat and blood, just roast. I'm like, oh, that
sounded
sounds
good,
so
huh?
good. Well, I was just imagining this glistening sausage just on an open flame. I'm like, oh, I want a goat sausage. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Oh, before we get too much into the sausage here, I have to talk about the dog, because this was one of my favorite parts as well. The
hits.
reunion with his dog, but I gotta say, this dog is old because. And doesn't the dog just die right after he
Pretty much,
recognizes
yeah.
Odysseus?
After Odysseus nods his head.
Yeah, it was very, very touching. I love dogs, and this was very. It hit home with me for sure, because I remember our dog Dodger, and I went away on my mission for 2 years, and when I came home, the reunion with him was one of the most magical moments of my life. I saw the recognition in his face. When he came up to me, it was like, oh yeah, I remember you.
That's so Dodger.
And
too.
I was like, yeah, it's me. It was such a good reunion.
Aw.
And I'll always cherish that. So I just loved how they threw in a dog as recognizing his old master.
It just goes to show for
The length of his. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Derek. Sorry.
Yeah, it just goes to show for pretty much as long as humans have been able to have dogs as pets, they've loved them.
Yep.
Dogs are the best. Oh, yeah.
They're always held in highest esteem.
Emphasizes the length of him being gone, too, because it was 20 years and the dog had waited so long that it barely held on till when it finally could see him, then it died.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oldest dog in history.
yeah.
Probably like 25 years old.
Holy cow.
Because, he had to have had a relationship with it before he left. So, I mean, that's at least a year, 2 years. So the dog is 22 at minimum.
22 to 25. That's long for a dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's really long for a dog. But anyways, we can get back into it.
Yeah.
Get back to that sausage.
No, I just wanted to see if you guys had the same feelings as I did. It's like the same effect as, the Goofy movie pizza, where you're just like, why is this so good? Or like The Land Before Time, eating the grass. You're like, oh, that looks good.
One of those moments.
I just remember listening to the audiobook.
Justice in the movie.
I just remember listening to the audiobook. And he's like, why am I so hungry all of a sudden? I was at work. I'm like in a ceiling. And I'm like, why am I so hungry all of a sudden? Like my stomach's like.
Why do I want to go to Wiener Schnitzel right now?
Why do I want a Polish sausage right now? This is weird.
I can't say that I actually remember the sausage, Derek. So I think
that's one of those zone out moments for me.
It's just me. I guess my word of advice to you, dear viewer: don't listen or read the Odyssey when you're hungry. Because it makes you want, I guess, a nasty
Maybe that was the
sausage
pig moment for me. When picturing Homer just eating a solid pig. Like a gummy.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
What happens next is Odysseus. Yep. He's disguised still, and Penelope comes up with this plan.
Should love the
pretty much
he's taking.
Yeah, because Penelope hasn't quite recognized Odysseus, but I think she has her, she thinks it's him type thing, and so she comes up with this plan where it's like, this is a plan where I can make sure every suitor fails, and only Odysseus can do it. Mm-hmm. So they have to string Odysseus's bow, which is only Odysseus can do. Mm-hmm. But am I wrong remembering this wrong? Didn't Telemachus, he was like just about to string it, and then he like got a look. He looked at Odysseus and he's like, no.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay.
Because Telemachus is like, hey, I'm the man here. I get to do this first.
Yeah. But honestly, this was probably my favorite part, is when Odysseus finally, strings that
as an
bow.
old man in front of all the suitors.
An old man. Yep.
Yeah.
I just love how Penelope too is like, I'm not going to marry him, but let him try.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he just goes up, strings it. Bam.
Right through 12
Shoots
axe
through
heads, which people have done this in real life to see if it's actually possible. And it's hecka hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with how the arrow kind of spins through the air and like
And
wiggles.
in a bow that is supposedly like almost impossible to string. Imagine trying to balance that. Because when you have a bow pulled back,
true.
you're like,
you're shaking.
Well, Mythbusters did it, and they had to use a compound bow. Did you guys watch that episode? I think it was I think it was Mythbusters with like kids or something, but it's actually a really cool episode. They had to do it with a compound, with a pretty strong draw. And
the compound bow also helps to reduce the pressure you're feeling.
yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have as much, whatever they call that, wiggle as a
Wobble.
as like a recurve or a long bow. But they had to strap it down and use a machine to get it to work. But actually, we talked about Corridor Crew, right? Do you guys know
Corridor
them?
Crew.
Their
Yeah.
YouTube channel. That
They do all the special effects.
They did it as a challenge, and one of their guys was able to do it 2
Oh,
times.
dang.
That's so
I
cool.
haven't seen that one. No.
I
Dang.
mean, I think they were like really close, and they were, but it was pretty impressive.
but
It's
still-
really actually pretty cool.
The fact that it's possible, but it takes a lot of skill and effort to do. So it really makes you respect Odysseus just, after 20 years too, just not doing this and just coming in like, I'm just going to slip into this like an old glove.
Oh yeah, and it's just like
I imagine him doing it with all the swagger, like Robin Hood when he's disguised as the stork, just, pew, and just folded his arms right after. And totally flexing.
when exactly did Athena lift the disguise? Because I imagined it as he strings it as the old man, and then he draws it back, and as he lets go, the disguise is lifted.
It's like a cut.
And they're watching the arrow go through and hit the target, and then they look back, and it's Odysseus.
And
Oh
Odysseus.
yeah. And then my absolute favorite part, he just turns with the bow and just
Massacres.
And then, a love story that ends in a bloodbath.
so
Oh,
great.
And it is so cool.
It is.
That would be a great
Pick
way
it
to
off.
depict it for Christopher Nolan to depict it, because I'm seeing what you're saying. Like, he's the old man, he shoots it, and the camera's watching the arrow go through and then hit the target. And then once everyone looks and the camera's back on him, he's as Odysseus, just standing all gallantly, and he's already drawn and just.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Nolan's going to hear this and be like,
Crap.
Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
I don't know. I think that would
I'll
be
make
so
a cut. Special director's cut.
cool. But yeah.
Fix it in post.
We've also decided to give this challenge a try for ourselves. So I've been making kind of a rig up.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Looks
So
it sounds
I
super
think I
cool.
did pretty good.
All
so
right.
it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research. There's not a lot of information about it. There's no references to like the distance they shot from, the spacing of the axe heads, the hole in the axe head. There's kind of general consensus that the hole was around 2 inches, whatever that was, or what they actually shot through. Was it the axe heads? Was it like a ring on the bottom or on the top? There's a lot of different references for that, but we're just kind of doing what we can. I made these cardboard cutouts of axes and cut in like a little hole. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll give it a try.
Oh yeah. This will be great fun. Any chance to shoot a bow and arrow?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while for me. It's been a while for me.
Been a wall.
So,
Been a wall.
it's been a while.
Did it. Boy
been a while.
Scouts. Was it
yeah.
Boy Scouts last time?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Get
But
that merit
it's-
badge.
It is always a good time shooting bows and arrows.
Yeah, it's so fun. But anyways, back to the violence.
The violence.
Him, Telemachus, just massacre all these suitors, and it's not held back. Like I said, it is very violent.
Yeah, even it was one of the suitors comes and begs, "Please, I promise I wasn't part of it." And Odysseus just
Kills.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And he even kills all his servants who were women that had relations with the suitors as well. Like
Yeah, that
basically
part.
saying, "Oh, this is what you guys get for being
Telemachus, no mercy.
Which
Yeah.
this
For
is
what
this
you
is
did
where
to
I
my
get
mother.
a little upset. I'm like, Odysseus, dude, what were you doing with Calypso and Circe while you were gone? And now here you are just telling all your female servants, "Oh, you unvirtuous scum. This is your punishment." I'm like, dude.
This is why I picture it as like a soap opera as Homer is telling the story, and he's like, and Odysseus got in Calypso's bed, and all the guys, "Oh yeah, go Odysseus," and all the wives, "Oh, Oh, goody.
Or maybe it's back to that whole made up story. It's like, I gotta make up this story. Otherwise, like, they gotta know I have game. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have any respect.
Oh yeah, and this
Had to be doing something
this
in the 20
Calypso
years.
lady. Yeah, I slept over there. Don't worry.
I didn't want to, but she's a god.
I didn't want
had
to, but I did.
But yeah, we should talk about Penelope because she was the MVP for sure.
Oh yeah. She has the loyalty that all of us want in a woman, you know.
Exactly.
She was very steadfast and just hoped beyond all hope, and that her husband would come back, and pretty much was making any excuse not to be with any of the suitors. Like she was working on her loom, like making what's the word? I'm spacing. It's late, guys. What's the word? Like, it's not a quilt, but a tapestry.
Yeah,
a tapestry. And she said, "Yeah, I can't talk to any suitors because I got to work on this." And when they were all asleep, she would sneak up in the night and pretty much unstitch all her work. So it looked like she didn't do anything, and none of them noticed.
Until
it's
a
never
servant.
getting longer until a servant noticed and kind of narked on her. But talk about commitment, man.
yeah. She did that for 10 years too.
Yeah.
So, she really comes across as very clever and very noble. Like she raised Telemachus by herself, and he turned out to be a very good young man. Very loyal to his family. And
she must have been taking care of the dog.
yeah,
So
exactly.
she must have been a good caretaker for the dog. So that shows she's a good person.
Yeah.
But I like to look at it as Odysseus was faithful. When I look at it at that light, it just becomes such a good love story to me. It is unfortunate
He
that
could have stayed with Calypso.
the double standard back then, was not what it is now. Men weren't held as a high accountability as women
In
were.
terms of virtue.
In terms of virtue.
Sadly, that is true, but
Especially amongst the Greeks. I mean, look at Zeus.
yeah.
He was the head god.
But I do like, just in my own head, just thinking,
Your own head canon.
Odysseus was faithful. And it was just like he went back and he had to win back Penelope's love by, doing this feat of stringing his bow and shooting through those axe heads. Even though that was a challenge, cleverly designed by Penelope to pretty much nobody could do it but
Pretty much
Odysseus.
get rid of all these piggish
I do
suitors.
think
The
whole premise of it, he had a winner back,
I do like to imagine her there, but it is sad that as Telemachus is trying to get this organized and string up the bow, he's like, "Woman, go to your room." It's just like, shouldn't she be there to witness at least the feat, and then she can leave for the slaughter?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be there for that.
Yeah, a lot of different what's the word?
Viewpoints.
Yeah, viewpoints back then for sure.
Yeah.
Men and
A
women.
lot of different standards.
Standards.
Nevertheless,
That's-
the story.
it-
I think the message of the story is still there in his loyalty, his dedication to get back, and her dedication to wait for her husband.
yeah, which I do love. And that's this is another quote that I love. This is more modern, like I said. There's nothing more admirable than when two people who see eye to eye keep house as a man and a wife. Which I do love that.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah. I wasn't able to look it up. I forgot to write that one down, but I love the moment where it talks about Athena holding back the night, so Odysseus and Penelope could have the night longer together and be able to have that, because he come the morning he had to go back and start doing the things he needed to, but hold back the night so they could spend longer together and tell their stories and just catch up. It was like, oh, it's so special.
What a wingman Athena is.
Yeah, right? She's not looking to get in Odysseus' bed. She's just helping him out.
What a bro.
What a bro.
She's a bro. She does disguise herself as a man one of those times.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't see Zendaya being a cool bro like that.
I
Zendaya.
can't.
Was that you saying you have Zendaya fatigue?
I do have Zendaya fatigue. Why is she in everything?
Her and Tom Holland. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Holland is a little overrated. He's okay. He's good as Spider-Man.
He's a little more charming.
Yeah.
And he's certainly, looks young, so he's able to play a lot of these younger
You got
people
the baby face.
roles.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, not much happens after that. I think there's people that are looking for revenge that want to come and kill Odysseus because they killed.
This is kind of where the story probably could end with him being with Penelope, but it's like it kept going.
There could have been a third part if in the Library of Alexandria, but it's gone.
Alexander's library.
Yeah, Alexander's library. Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great Library.
He wasn't conquering the world. He was sorting books.
But
Can a man just have an organized shelf?
anyways, so yeah, Athena, this is where Athena just steps in and puts her foot down. She's like, nope, we're not doing this no more.
Let him go home.
We're done. And then she ends it. And then that's the story.
And that is the story. A myth of epic proportions with great odds that are overcome with trickery that is just so satisfying to see come into action. And this is a myth that has inspired scores and scores of our favorite writers. I know Tolkien was inspired by these kind of mythologies, and it influenced him to make his own myths. C.S. Lewis, probably Orson Scott Card, since his Alvin Maker series is America's mythos for him.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just so many people inspired by the story, and I think this is a good time for us to rate it to show what respect we have for the Odyssey in our ratings, which I guess I'll start. Seeing as how I'm kind of a simpleton, so that the language kind of did hold me off. I wouldn't say it was the most enjoyable read at first, but it gets better with time, and as you adjust yourself and as you make yourself more knowledgeable in the style, and I have to give it props for being such a foundational piece of work that has lasted for thousands of years. So it's got to be at least a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fair, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, having to read it as a whole, this is a book I will probably never revisit. But the story is sitting with me in a way that I am like inspired in a lot of different ways to write my own mythic mythic story.
Oh yeah.
And it I don't know, it hit me in the feels with the whole reuniting with his family, the love story. I just love the second half so much. But yeah, like Derek said, it is a difficult read. It's a difficult book to stay, absorbed in. It's easy to wander. For that, I think, yeah, it's probably, I would rate it probably like a 7.1. But
Cool.
great story.
Cool.
But
You love your decimal points with your ratings.
you have to be specific. Man.
He's just a little higher than you.
7 to an 8. There's a lot of gray
I
area
didn't
in
get
there.
1 upped. I got 0.1 upped.
Yeah, 7. That's a rookie score, Derek. So.
No, 7 out of 10 means good. 6 out of 10 means fine. 5 out of 10 is okay.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. But anyways, what do you think, Jeff?
What do I think? All right. Mine, it'll be interesting. What you guys think of what I'm doing. But for this translation, I'm going to give it a 6. it was verbose and it was lengthy, and especially this version with Ian McKellen.
Yes,
McClellan. With him reading,
Gandalf.
I was not a fan. All the S's felt like ringing, like bells in my ears.
Yeah. Was he a little whistly too?
He was extremely whistly.
Unfortunately,
I love him.
not Ian
He
McClellan's
should not be
best
reading a
work.
book.
Oh, and the worst part about this audiobook, the music.
Between books.
Yeah, between books. It's like just like the Omega Man, where I'm like, oh my gosh, who was in charge of this?
Yes.
Who was experimenting with their instruments this weekend?
But it has such like a almost nostalgic sound. It's very
And not
80s.
very fitting, but yeah, I would give it a 6. I did enjoy it, and it is, there's so many great things of it, and it is poetic. If that's what you're looking for to get out of the Odyssey, it is great to get into this story, especially with this translation, and have that kind of exposed to you. The YouTube video I sent, it's basically like an abridged version. That was absolutely fantastic. I'd honestly give that like a 7 or an 8, just because it condensed the story, but still made it so enjoyable. And the narrator for that one was absolutely fantastic.
I agree. I
he
love
did an
that
incredible
narrator.
job.
Especially his Cyclops voice.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Should we give them a shout out?
Yeah. We'll have to see if we can link it or something. But yeah, that I would rank a lot higher, because again, the Odyssey is very flexible, and is as long as you can give the story justice. I don't necessarily think you need so much of the poetics, but
Deep dive history.
they
That's
are
what
there
it
for
is.
a reason, for sure.
Deep
So
dive history and the life guide.
Yep.
The Odyssey, the whole story.
the whole story.
It's about 4 hours long, but keep in mind the audiobook was over 13 hours long.
Yes.
Deep Dive History Podcast and the Life Guide. So check it out.
Check it out. Yep, 6 out of 10 for me for the one we read, but overall, I think the Odyssey is extremely important. I'd give it
When it comes to importance in literature, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, because just the fact of monsters and trying to outwit them and communing with deities and the divine, and trying to get to what's most important, those you love.
Yep.
And having a dog that's faithful to you. You're like, oh, wonderful stuff.
Oh yeah. Fantastic.
So,
Unless you think it's actually a story about a guy just being late and making up a whole bunch of BS to, make his wife happy.
there's a lot of different speculations you can go.
I don't like to think of it that way, but
Yeah.
it crosses the mind.
But it's kind of funny.
So we're gonna release this, I think, on the same day the movie comes out, or
When does the movie
Christopher
come out?
Nolan
Is it the
Odyssey?
17th?
so maybe a couple
I think
days
a couple
before.
days before.
So, anyways, what are you guys? You guys have hope for the movie? You think it's going to be good?
Man, the fact that it's Christopher Nolan, he's one of the few directors I have goodwill to, even though some of his movies, I'm like, The Dark Knight Rises, I was like not a big fan of. But, he did The Dark Knight. He did Interstellar, man. I watched Interstellar this last weekend. I was feeling the
Talk
Christopher
about
Nolan
another
hype.
Odyssey-like story too,
Right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he was building his own ship, like a real ship for this movie, like that's so cool. That is so Christopher Nolan. This is the same guy who bought acres of cornfield for just to drive through and to burn. And so that's hopeful. But the casting choices, what are you doing, man? What is this?
It just feels, for me, it just feels like there's a hat of like all the names. You have like Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Zendaya, whatever it is. And then, they just hand it to the director and like, here, you got to pick 10. Okay.
It's one of those
Pratt.
It's one of those memes that you see all over the internet that has like the 3x3 chart of all these people. It's like, all right, you have $50, but so what team you building? You know, you have one column as $1, another column as $5, and another column as $15.
Honestly, yeah,
It's
with
just
how much
like
actors
that.
are paid nowadays.
Someone saw those memes and be like, that's how I'm going to make my sales pitch every time. It's going to work.
One thing I was taught about in my film studies class, directors often reuse actors in their movies.
Yeah, obviously Matt
You
Damon.
know, like Martin Scorsese uses, Joe Pesci and Leonardo DiCaprio in all his movies. And
Wes Anderson with Bill Murray.
yeah,
Wes Anderson, and I think he has Willem Dafoe in a few of his movies
Willem
too.
Dafoe, Owen Wilson. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
they
Christopher
have their
Nolan
favorites.
has used Anne Hathaway before. He's used Matt Damon before.
Where's Chris Pratt? Or
You
not
know.
Chris Pratt. Christian Bale. Where's Christian Bale?
Yeah, Christian Bale. Would,
Yeah, I think he
epic
would
in
have
this,
done
but
great. Yeah.
He's used Edward. What's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
I was going to say Scissorhands, but
no.
Robert Pattinson.
And then, yeah, I do think there is a lot of influence outside that's like, oh, you know who's like the biggest name in Hollywood right
Yeah,
now?
the producers who have
It's
the money.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
You have to use her.
I
so-
don't know what they're trying to push. I don't know what they see in her that everyone goes crazy for, but please stop pushing her, Hollywood. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Well, it gets people talking too. I think.
Yeah, there's no such
such
thing as bad press, I guess.
Yeah. Seeing that, like, I don't think, like, another controversial one that's been going around is Helen. Is it Helena?
Yeah, Helena
of Troy.
Helena.
She's really not in the story all that much. So
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Basically, just the part where Telemachus goes to visit King Menelaus,
Yeah.
and they just chat, and he's like, "Oh, dang, she pretty," and that's it.
Yeah. No. But I think there's some of the Iliad. Obviously, there's been some in the trailer, like the Trojan horse. So there's parts of that in it, but I don't think there's a lot.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts on Elliot Page?
There's no like specification, but I think it's been confirmed that she's not Achilles or
I don't
not Achilles or whatever.
I don't know what to say, she or he. I
Maybe
don't
like a
think
dead
that-
version of Achilles. I could see that.
Well, Achilles
No.
appears as a
Achilles
ghost
sucked
in the
of all
story,
life.
but I think he got cast as something else. But still, I know he's been doing boxing and he could probably beat my butt up, but they're 5'1", and we're gonna be showing battlefields of Trojan soldiers and Greek soldiers. Like, you expect me to believe that's the kind of person who's gonna be slaying scores of soldiers? No.
Yeah.
No,
I hate to be so critical, but no, dude.
no.
Just look at Troy with Brad Pitt. Like, that was believable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least Tom Cruise. I mean, sure, but
But I think it's been confirmed that
You need to get Tom Cruise in a small space where everyone's
standing on his box.
Yeah, he has to like keep hitting it on all the walls. Like in what movie is that? Is that Reacher or no?
oh yeah,
Where he's in
Reacher.
the bathroom just
Yeah. That was a great scene. But anyways, I think it's confirmed that Paige isn't Achilles.
Okay.
But they are in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if Achilles
I don't
is in
know.
it.
They're just still
I
relevant.
think it's just she's someone in the underworld or something like that. I don't know.
Want to talk
one of the
about,
corpses.
Yeah. Anyways,
well, if that's the case, I hope I get to see the Cerberus be devouring that corpse. that would be awesome.
Satisfying. Yeah, I have Hollywood fatigue. I honestly could care less about pretty much any of this, and I really think it kind of needs to get to the point where people just stop caring, because these people think they have way too much clout, and people give them too much clout. And it's like these are just people, and it's great when an actor can have some humility, but even then, like when you have actors who appear fairly humble, like Chris Pratt and Jack Black
Reeves.
and Keanu Reeves, and then but they still weigh in on crap and all the nonsense going on in the world, and you're like, all right, be quiet and just act. Like,
Well, I keep saying it. We, the common folk, need to just stop giving them attention. Like, how great would it be if they made a Twitter post and they only got like 13 likes? I would love to see their reaction.
We
to
need
that.
we need to stop holding on pedestals.
Yes, we need to stop just admiring anything they do. They put their pants on one leg at a time, guys, just like all of us.
Yep. Well, that was our second hot take for the day. So. Anyways, we could go on about that. But yeah, that was the Odyssey, folks. It's my pick for the
what's
next
our
book.
next book?
So I think you guys kind of knew this would be my next pick. I've been reading this series. I finished book 4 and I've been enjoying it. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm telling you guys, I don't want to influence your opinion on it. So we'll have to, I'll keep my mouth shut and we'll talk about it next time. But I'm gonna sorry to
What is the book?
we can't talk about
What
it.
is it?
Oh,
It's a what? What is it?
you know who voice acted Rex?
It's the same guy who does Inconceivable, right?
Yeah. Wallace Shawn.
Yeah, Wallace Shawn.
Oh my gosh, dude. I can't look at Rex the same way now.
Tell us the book.
Okay. I gotta say, this book has so much hype. There is so much
Probably
hype with
guessed
this
it by
book.
now.
I think I know what it is.
Let's all say it together. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Interstellar.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
What did you say, Jeff?
Yeah, I knew it was Dungeon
What did you
Crawler.
say?
He's trying to be funny. He said Interstellar.
I'm trying to be wise.
So yeah, we're gonna do Dungeon Crawler Carl. I will say, if you have kids, do not let them read this. You know, that is my opinion. It is vulgar. It is violent.
Raunchy.
And it is raunchy. Yep. So, which we've kind of talked about that, you know, I'm sure we'll get into it next time. But yeah, we're going to do Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Sweet.
They just, you know, made a deal. Seth MacFarlane is going to be making a TV series.
Oh boy.
Dungeon Crawler Carl on Peacock. So
Ooh, okay.
we're getting ahead of it. But
Peacock's got it all right now. They got the new Avatar series going on too.
yeah. Have you guys read any lit RPG books?
Not
Or
yet.
this will be kind of your first experience?
Yep.
I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for our writing challenge.
Yeah.
So what our writing challenge for next time is going to be a lit RPG version of whatever game you want, whatever character you want, but it has to involve an item discovery, a level up, and a boss fight.
Oh, okay.
You have that written down somewhere.
I can send it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
send it to me.
Perfect.
I forgot what you said.
You'll read the book and you'll kind of understand what lit RPG kind of means. You're basically just writing like a video game.
A narrated version of Dungeons
yeah.
and Dragons.
A small,
You're
video game
narrating
sequence.
like as a character going through a video game. So that'll help you kind of get a better reference. But
Yeah.
it needs to involve an item discovery, a level up, and a boss fight. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. I think it's going to be really
Sweet.
fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
But
That sounds fun.
anyways, also join us for our writing challenge this time. We're going to post it. It's our own Greek mythology,
Well, it's
mythological
not
tale.
Greek. It's just a myth.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah. So essentially,
I
just
misunderstood the assignment.
they don't have to be Greek. It could just be a myth where you're using deities to explain either natural phenomenon or the reason why things be, or to explore a question in life. Basically, the reason why mythology existed in the first place. Trying to explain the unexplainable through magic, monsters, and gods.
Perfect. Yeah. Join us for that.
Yep. Hope to see you there.
You betcha.
Yep.
All right.
Come join us.
But I don't have any quotes.
I have a quote.
Oh wait, I do have a quote. Yeah,
Okay.
I do got a quote. All right, but wait, how are we doing this again? Is it where I say until next time, and then we each say a quote, and then I say keep reading, you say keep writing?
We'll say the quote and then say until next time.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, it's nobody is blinding me.
Okay, we'll go home then.
I'm going to go with my favorite version of the Odyssey, Wishbone. Ooh, big man with a sword.
I'm going to go with, if the gods wish you to suffer, there's nothing to be done but endure it.
Ooh.
That was good.
That was good. Well, this has been us. Until next time, keep reading.
Keep writing.
And stay rascally. Catch you later.